when we did the segment when you slapped me,
Yeah.
do you know everybody thought I peed myself after?
No.
Yes. I guess it was just the shadow, like the way my drink, because I would admit it if that
Yeah.
happened, you know, but it's like I guess there was a shadow and people.
Like on your dress?
Yeah, it blew up that like you
peed
made
that-
me pee myself because you hit me so hard. You did hit me hard, though.
I did.
You did.
Well, okay. Can we talk about, I don't know if you remember this.
Oh, what's your story? Don't you dare be sour. Clap for Stephanie and feel the power.
Welcome to What's Your Story with Steph McMahon, a WWE and Fanatics original production. So I threw Paul like a huge 50th birthday. And it was really, really cool because Credence played, John Fogerty played. And we had ZZ Top booked, but then I forget what happened. I think the drummer got pneumonia because they were overseas. They were flying back just to do Paul's birthday. Then they were going back to Europe to finish their tour. So it was crazy. So we had to scramble last minute. We were able to get John Fogerty. It happened to work out. And Billy Gibbons still came.
Oh my gosh.
Because, you know, we all have a relationship with Billy too,
Yeah.
and, you know, and ZZ Top in general. But so he came back. And so for the whole party, at first, the setup was we had like a local band who were great.
Yeah.
You know, so you kind of thought that it was just the local band.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody had dinner and all this stuff. And then here comes the first like big break, which was a drone show.
Yeah.
And the drone show was crazy. It looked like an alien invasion. I mean,
Oh
it
my
was the
God.
coolest thing
Terrifying.
ever. And this is after the first drone company took the money and ran.
Oh, I forgot that.
But the
What?
third party that we were working with, they're the ones who had to eat that cost. And I think there was legal and stuff like that. But we were able to find a backup drone company of however many
That's actually
thousands
One
of
of
drones.
three.
And what was crazy is people were like running off the road because they really thought it
probably
was
thought
like
it was
an
you-
alien
yeah.
invasion. It was what it
Okay,
felt like.
I would have never thought that. Nowadays, I would have thought. Now
right?
I'd be like, oh, they're
Today.
here. Yeah.
Oh,
It's happening.
It
It
is
is,
happening.
yeah.
They
But
tried
it
to
was
warn us.
crazy. And they all lifted up out of the
Oh my
ground at
gosh.
the same time. Yeah, it was really, and again, like I didn't know if it was going to be good or not. Because,
Yeah.
you know, we didn't get to see it because it was last minute with the second company
Oh my
and all
gosh.
this stuff. But it was amazing. And so then that finishes, and then we do like toasts and everything. And then I say, and now we have another surprise for you. And the doors open, revealing a full stage behind this wall that you didn't even know was there. And I got to introduce John Fogerty and CCR. And then they start playing, and it's tear the house down. It's amazing. And then, but that's not all.
Oh my gosh.
Here
I have
comes
goosebumps.
Billy Gibbons. And I was just like, it was awesome.
That's incredible.
it
Can you
was amazing.
plan my next birthday?
Right?
Please?
I had help. I had a lot of help. I really did. But so
Okay,
I don't
that's how you
know
do
if
50.
he is now trying to outdo
He needs to. Yeah. mhm.
someone knows.
We're looking at you.
I know.
I bet he is. Oh
And
my
then,
gosh.
and then
Now I
I'm
can't
gonna
wait
have
to
to
hear.
outdo that for
Yeah.
75.
Oh,
but
my.
that's a long way.
That's a long ways. You got a long time
I love
to
you
plan.
guys, but I don't think I have another one in me.
You know. Oh my gosh, I love
I'll just
it.
wait till we're old and gray and call you up.
Still.
But thank you so much for being on the pod,
Oh my God,
Bree.
of
Like I just
course.
love you so much.
Oh, Steph, I love you too.
And someone asked me the other day, like, which Bella is your favorite? I'm like, I can't answer that question.
Yes, you can.
I'm like, I can't answer that question. I'm like, but I will tell you, when you have a match with somebody and you have a whole program with somebody, like you do get to learn who they are in a different way,
Right.
you know?
I agree.
And so I got to know you a little bit better, you know? And so I still don't have a favorite, but I genuinely
Kinda
love you.
sounds like I might be your favorite.
genuinely
Sounds
love
like
you
it,
so
you
much.
know?
I do love
Yeah.
you very much. I love you, Nikki. I love you,
I
Nikki.
know.
Also, I do.
I love it. But thank you. I was honored that you guys asked me to be on. I've been having so much fun watching all the interviews.
Oh,
They've
yeah?
been incredible. Yeah.
It's impossible to watch all of yours.
I know.
It's
Tell
years.
me about it.
Yeah.
Years.
It would
We've
take
been
years to actually
podcasting,
watch.
Yeah, since I was pregnant with Birdie, and she
Yeah.
just turned 9 in May.
Isn't it crazy how fast it goes?
Yes, kids definitely remind you that life
Yes.
goes way too fast. It freaks me out.
Yeah.
So, and I just like, I can't
Can
even
I hit
imagine
you with another one?
Oh yeah.
Aurora is going to be 20.
I just don't, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
No.
Like you remember when I was wheeling her around?
Yes.
Yeah.
And when she would dress like you and have like, you would give her the little walkie-talkie. I mean, the cutest.
She had like a little blue suit.
Oh,
She did, and she had a little briefcase, and
that's amazing.
she was so cute.
I mean, the cutest.
Ugh.
And then 20.
20 years
So
old.
that's like the next birthday party, 21. That's scary.
Oh, I know.
You guys, this is like, it's hard. It's funny because, with age and everything, like coming back this time, it's felt different. But I think it's probably what you felt when you came back and you worked me.
Right?
Because I got to see your daughters, and they were young at the time.
They were little.
They looked up at you. Will never forget it. It actually gives me goosebumps. They just looked at you like you were Wonder Woman. Like they knew you were just like a superhero. Like they saw you in this different light. And I didn't know that feeling because then I wasn't even really thinking about kids. I knew I'd
Right,
have them, but I just
right.
wasn't in that zone. Now coming back, I get to see Birdie and Buddy look at me. And Birdie's been to a couple rumbles. But
Right.
She didn't understand it. They get it now. And like, I see that look that like
It's
your
the
daughters
coolest.
gave you. It really is.
Oh, I've got
it
such
makes me,
goosebumps.
yeah, because they always would kind of look at Brian like, oh, dad, this, dad.
Right.
And literally, like, Buddy one time goes to me and he's like, don't you want to challenge yourself? Like, be a firefighter or a teacher? And I'm like, you're a challenge. Life's already challenging, you know?
It's challenging enough.
But I was kind of like, Brian, like, they don't.
Right?
They, don't
know.
know.
They don't know that
and
side.
But now they see me and they're just like, that's my mom.
And then wait until they start digging through everything.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, Buddy's just like besides himself.
Oh, that's
Like,
so cute.
Yeah, like even, it's funny because Nikki and our kids will sometimes be on the playground. They're like, our moms are the Bella twins. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Yeah. But it's like so funny.
Of
they
course,
like,
it
love
is
that
kind of
side.
obvious because there you guys are.
I know. Always. But it's so cute. Like I actually to feel that now. It's been so amazing this comeback to like get that with the kids.
Is there anything they've said to you now, like aside from wanting to challenge yourself, but now that they see you and they see you doing it, like have they said anything that's tripped you out or?
I mean, yeah. Well, with Buddy, what's crazy is he like tries to give me advice.
Really?
Yes.
On what to do?
Yeah, like he loves wrestling.
Right?
Like he's our one.
Yeah.
I just think he'll follow the footsteps of Brian and I, and he's natural at it. It's just wild.
Yeah.
But like he'll be like, I think when you get in there, like you grab the arm and you pull it back, and he shows me all these things, and I'm like, wow, he just really watches. Yeah.
Wow.
And then Birdie's she's like, I don't like when they beat you up. Like Brian says, she always leaves the room.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cute. But she gives me advice on my outfits.
Oh, well, great.
Yeah, and
so you're
how-
taken care of.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
you-
sure.
All the way around.
All the way. And my makeup, she lets me know what looks bad, what doesn't, what isn't a vibe.
A vibe.
So, a vibe.
Yes, I'm aware.
You know.
The vibe is important.
Yeah. And do you guys remember Betsy Johnson at all?
Yes.
Okay, my daughter's like the mini Betsy Johnson. Her outfits
Really?
are wacky. Like she'll put
Bright,
like bright
sparkly.
pink with like, crazy leopard and then like a crazy bow. And I just
And
was
rocks
like,
it, right?
Rocks
Oh.
it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that reminds me of Betsy Johnson when I would see her bopping around in the crazy outfits.
Right?
And I was just like, oh my gosh, my daughter's her.
How cool, though,
I love it.
that she owns herself so much.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And she does. Like she really does. And I love it because I have like the girliest girl and like couldn't get more of a boy. It's like crazy. Like I thought having my second child, I'm like, oh, I got this. Like I'm
I know
such
what
a
to
great
do.
mom because of Birdie. Yeah. And like he came and I'm like, how do I parent?
Totally different.
Yep.
Right?
It's crazy.
Yeah, because boys are so physical.
Physical.
Yeah. I mean, I
And-
say this like I have one. Elise does.
Yeah. Do you
But
have
I
one?
have,
I have
3
no idea.
nephews, but.
Exactly.
I have my son will be 7, my daughter will be 3.
Oh my gosh.
So one of each.
But your
And-
daughter being the second born, is she more wild than your son?
Oh yeah.
What is it with second born?
Oh, she's as feisty as they come.
Yeah. We call her our spicy nug.
Oh my God, I love it.
She is she's little. She's a little person actually. So
Oh my
but it's like
She
the
is adorable.
I mean, but the biggest personality, and we say it all the time. I've said it here before. Like, God couldn't have handpicked a better personality for her because she takes no shit. My
Yeah.
poor son is like, he's very rough and tough, but he's so sweet with her. She's not.
He is a really good big brother.
Oh my gosh.
And she's
I love
like,
that.
get away from me, and like slapping him. I'm like, okay.
And he's like, Mommy.
He's like, why does she always get what she wants? I'm like, because we're scared of her.
I know. I mean, I get that. But it's nice when it's a girl who's like that, because then I feel like you don't worry about her when she's like growing up. You're like, no, she'll hold her own ground and she'll say
Right.
what she thinks. Where Birdie, I'm like, we've been dealing in the last 2 years with some bullying and mean girl stuff. And it's been
hate
so
that.
hard on me.
Middle school is the worst.
She's
When
only
she's
9.
nine.
Yeah,
So I
she's
can't even
little.
imagine then. But I'm like trying to teach her to stand up for herself. And I'm like, to not accept it and all these things. And it's just hard on her. Where Buddy, I'm like, oh, I don't got to worry about that one.
Yeah.
He tells everyone off and like what he's feeling. I'm like, okay, let's have a little filter. But she's
we
my
had
one.
a bad bullying experience with one of ours in middle school, a little bit older. And it turns out it wasn't the girl who we thought it was. It was like this other girl.
Oh, wow.
But and so I had all these conversations. I talked to teachers I knew. I talked to the head of the school. I did all this stuff. And I was like, ultimately, there's nothing I can actually do. And I talked to my daughter and I said, you have to be the one to have the conversation with your
Yeah.
bully. And I said, but I'm going to tell you something, honey. 90% of bullies, maybe 95% of bullies, back down when you stand up to them.
Oh, my God.
And she's very sweet in
Yeah.
her approach, and she didn't want to like stand up and fight. And I was like, you don't have to be rude or mean. You do it in your way.
Yeah.
I said, but pull her aside so she's not around other people, so she doesn't have to try to be anything else, right? She's just going to listen to you. I said, and just tell her how you feel. Tell her how when she does this, this is how it makes you feel, and ask her to stop.
Yeah.
Say, please don't do that anymore.
I need to
And
do that.
so then she, this is just what we did,
Yeah.
and then, and then she said, can we, role play? And I was like, okay. And she starts talking and I'm going, and I'm looking around and
Yeah.
everything. And she's like, Mama. And I said, well, honey, I don't know how she's going to react.
Yeah.
I want to prepare you in case she doesn't respond the way you want her to.
Yeah.
And so then I don't hear anything for a couple of days. I don't know what's happening. And she comes home and she was all excited. And she told me she had the conversation. And Mama, she did exactly what you thought. I said, what? She talked in a baby voice the whole time.
Wow.
And I was like, oh. And she said, but I told her how I felt and we'll see what happens. But she had this like renewed self-confidence.
See, I love that.
Just because she stood up for herself and she did it in her own way.
Yeah.
Right? That wasn't confrontational or, aggressive or anything like that. She did it in her own sweet way and it worked.
Yeah, I love
Thank
that.
God it worked.
Well, and I think one thing I haven't told Birdie, which I think is great, is to pull them aside, not do it in front of everyone.
Yeah,
right, because
'cause
it's always
then
a
their
show
performance
and they're
creates- yes.
yeah. So to do that, which I think is great, and have that little private conversation. So I need to tell her that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it works.
Me too.
Yeah.
My poor thing.
It's awful.
Yeah, because she's at the point she's like, I just want to be homeschooled, and I'm like,
It's so
I don't have
sad.
anxiety going to school. So we've been working on it. We're giving it one more year, hoping it gets better.
Yeah.
And then gonna kind of like
Well, there's so many
readjust.
kids switch schools too.
right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't think. It's
No.
like if it's not, if you try everything you can and it's not working, why make them miserable the whole time?
That's how I look at it. That's what I was telling Brian. I'm like, I just want to keep her in this situation if it's like we're on year 3 and it doesn't get better.
Right?
Yeah.
You know?
That's the
then it's like
thing.
things have to change.
Yeah.
I also feel like shame on the school. Like if it's year 3 of,
I know, because I've like talked about it a lot.
Yeah, and nothing's changed.
No. And they want to make it better because they're like, we want Birdie to learn from this and grow and
Right,
all the
sure,
things.
of
But I'm like,
course.
she hasn't yet.
yeah.
And she
Right.
has in ways, but
Well, it'll help her, regardless of how it resolves itself, or if she goes somewhere else or she doesn't. It'll be a pivotal moment for her, right? Like, it's the hard times that shape us, and it's so unfortunate that she's so young,
right.
and has to go through something so young. But it'll make her stronger on the other side of it, regardless of whether she changes
Right.
schools.
I agree.
My opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No,
know.
I agree. For sure.
But I'm sorry, and I'm sorry for her. She's going through that. That is just awful.
I know.
How girls can
kills
be
me.
to each other.
That well, and I was like, I don't
why?
remember it that bad, but I always had a twin.
Yeah.
So it was like no
You
one was
guys
ever
were
meaner
always
than Nikki.
feisty.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you can't be meaner than my sister. And I think too, people were intimidated too. So when we came to
Right,
school, it was
right.
like, yeah, I can't. If I say something, there's the other one standing right there. It's like
Right.
scary. So we missed a lot of that, and I never experienced like going to the first day alone. I didn't walk
Right.
into birthday parties by myself. I always had someone.
Yeah.
So I never really knew like that part of what Birdie experiences of like walking in by yourself. Like, am I going to be accepted or not? Because I at least
Right.
had Nikki.
So did
So-
that give you a different confidence, do you think?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I feel like her and I have always been confident because we've had each other.
Yeah.
And definitely like we hit each other with a humble stick. That's
Right,
for sure.
right.
Like we keep
That's
each other
good.
grounded.
That's good.
But we definitely have always like given each other strength. And I think her and I, as we were growing up, we quickly realized that my weaknesses were her strengths and her weaknesses were my strengths, which was really cool. Like from our athletics to just our like how we thought academically
right.
and just everything in life. And so we really played into that, which was great. But
amazing.
yeah, I was like always lucky. And like Nikki and I definitely got into some trouble, but like then we always knew like we had each other. Like,
Right. And you had each other's backs.
always.
Who was the instigator?
I was. Well, this is who I was. Like
Okay.
if a girl like kind of talk crap, I'm like, what'd you say? And then Nicole would be like, oh gosh, here we go.
She got
And
us
then-
into it again.
But she was always like, then you could just walk away. Just be like, you know, and then walk. And she's like, but that's not always how it goes down. Especially like, you know, the rival football games and
Right,
stuff.
right.
Yeah, I'd always be the one to be like, oh yeah. You know, like she's like, ignore him. I could never ignore him. But I never wanted it to go further than that.
Right,
You know,
right.
I just wanted us to jaw jack and
Yeah, and that was it.
But yeah, she would
Did it
like,
ever go
die.
further?
Sometimes it did.
Yeah.
It definitely did. But I learned a couple lessons. But,
Yeah, oh,
oh yeah. I was like, yeah, one time kind of got beat up pretty
Oh,
bad.
no.
Yeah, but it was like not bad.
high
I
school?
was fine. High school, you know.
Resilient.
Yeah, but I wasn't running my mouth, but I did that. Just like, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was like a girl who was like, oh, if you want to talk, then come over here and say it. And I'm like, oh, shit.
And did you?
I had to.
Right.
Because it was in front of everyone. I was
Yeah.
like getting into a car too, and I was like, fine.
Oh, yeah.
I will.
Okay.
Nicole.
And then I was like, I messed with the wrong people. But that was okay. You know, I learned. I never did it again.
Where was
but-
Nikki?
Oh, she came.
Yeah.
And then she was the one who kind of cleaned house and had to take me back.
I love it.
I know.
Yeah.
I will say, like, well, and everyone always joke, like, oh, Bree's gonna start it, Nikki will end it. But I was always like, but I never like really start it. I'm like, they start it. I just
and
don't let
Nikki
it.
disagrees with you,
You
correct?
know. So I was like, I just don't let it like fly by. I'm like gonna,
Right?
you know.
Yeah.
But I was always good with my words.
Oh, are you looking at me like
yeah.
that?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I always loved it. Like, or I'd be like, me.
If you have too much to drink,
So
are you quick to talk?
actually, no,
No?
which is crazy.
Oh.
I'm like quick to like. I'm like more free spirited.
Right.
Like when I drink, like I'm like never get mad. I never like get jealous. None of the crazy things.
Oh, that's great.
I'm like the first one to go skinny dipping. I'm
Right,
like
right.
all the things. Like I'm more just like free and wild and fun. I like to say
Right?
fun.
I love that.
You know?
Yeah.
I've never been the one to like get mad or crazy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost I think when if people said something bad to me, I kind of like brush it off, like almost like whatever. Yeah. I guess I should be drunk all the time.
I was going to make that recommendation, but it felt aggressive.
Actually, like I don't know who was it who said it to me yesterday at TV, but they're like, Bree, like I've been around a lot of drunk people, and you're like the best one. I'm like, awesome.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
like,
What an
yeah,
honor.
yeah, I was like, I think that's a compliment.
Trunk queen.
You know, drunk queen. Actually, that would be good. But yeah, I mean, and I feel like, you know, it's funny because when people say Bree mode, like I have the two ways, like, you
Right.
know, wrestling, but then the Bree mode that started in high school.
Right.
Because I was like, I mean, this is stuff I probably won't tell my kids, but I was known as keg killer. Like I love doing keg stands, beer
Really?
bongs.
Really?
Like, yeah. Like I was good.
I didn't do a keg stand till college.
Oh, really?
I thought you were
Yeah.
going to say ever. I was
No,
going to
no,
go
no,
get a
no.
keg
But
right
really
now.
only
We're
like
gonna
one.
get you on
I
a
was
keg
ready.
stand.
really
then.
only like one. Yeah. And then the RA walked in.
Oh my gosh. which kind of makes it like for a good story.
It did. But so I don't know what's happening outside, and we're in the bathroom, and I'm doing a keg
upside down.
stand. And then I was so proud of myself. Then I come out, and I announced to everyone at the party without knowing the RA was right there. I just did my first keg stand.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it didn't go over so
And then did
well.
everyone run?
Oh, they were all in trouble already. And then it wasn't my school. So then I was asked to leave.
Well, I'm gonna leave now. Thanks for the memory. I'm out.
Yeah.
So would you guys ever steal kegs? Like from like other high school parties?
No, we were always at the keg party.
Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah. Stuff
Yeah,
we
no,
did in the
never
desert.
Because kegs are also
stealer?
very heavy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but that was the fun part. Is like who has a
it on
pickup
your
truck? Make sure there's like a back fence, and like
Really?
you would
Steal
run
kegs
in
from each other.
Oh, it was like amazing.
Wow.
I know.
Do you know like kegs? I don't even think are a thing anymore.
No, kids don't do them.
They
I
don't.
mean, you can get them, but it's like a seltzer world now.
yeah, there's like all different
If
things
that,
now.
I feel
Yeah.
like kids, which is good. I guess they don't drink. I don't know if like
No,
doing
no,
other
they're
things.
still
Are they
drinking.
still drinking?
So a lot
Okay.
of those canned.
like White
Sel-
Claws.
yeah,
and
like
stuff
seltzers,
that?
yeah.
Yeah. That's kind
That's
of, it
just-
seems like that's more
yeah.
the rage now. And they're easy to get and everything's colorful and fun looking.
And just think, we had Zimas.
Oh,
I know. Like kids
I'm
would
a
do that with
little older.
and they'd put Jolly
Yes.
Ranchers in them. But like we had Zimas.
See, I was in college when the original Four Loko came out. Anyone?
I don't know that.
It's like,
Yeah?
It's
What's it
like
called?
Four Loko. It was like $4 maybe, like, and it was a can,
shit.
like a tall boy can.
that's a big can.
It was a
you're
tall
showing.
boy. Yeah.
I mean, I know like Old English.
and you'd have like one,
I'm
and
like,
it would,
OE.
And it was
it was
enough?
like energy, and I don't
Oh my
actually know what else was
gosh.
in there. They're no longer around, I don't think.
I mean, I just think like,
lawsuits?
yeah. Well, just think like when they like push the whole Red Bull vodka.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
Right?
like, I just think all my friends would drink it. I just wasn't into that. I loved wine. But I just remember being like, that's disgusting drink. But I could only imagine their hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Red Bull vodka.
Not a good combo.
I was like,
Fun in the moment, maybe.
you know, like
Yeah.
thank goodness they got rid of that.
Yeah.
I mean, people probably still drink it, but hopefully not.
Oh, I'm sure. There's all kinds of hybrids out there.
You know,
Yes.
all the stuff we had to
Yes.
make up and do and to have a little fun.
Now they just can it. It's pre-made now. This segment is brought to you by Factor Meals. Brie, what is your go-to meal before and after a big PLE or Friday night SmackDown?
So definitely before, I have to have a banana, chicken breast, and I do white rice. And then after, oh my gosh, I have fun with this. I literally, okay, it's so funny, chips and salsa. And then I usually will do, because I'm gluten-free, dairy-free, I always bring a certain cookie with me. So chips and salsa, a cookie, and I mean, I'll eat some type of protein, but my fun ones, chips and salsa, chocolate chip cookie.
No guac?
Well, if I'm on the road, that's hard.
Okay.
If I was like in the West Coast, for sure.
Absolutely guac.
100%.
Okay. This episode is sponsored by Factor Meals. Head to factormeals.com/Steph50off and use code STEPH50OFF to get 50% off a new subscription box. Do you remember like the craziest high school party you ever went to?
Oh my gosh. I mean, this is like, because I was, in Arizona at that time, desert parties were ragers.
Yeah.
I mean, you can and see it took a while for cops to get out there, but it was
Right,
easy
'cause
to
it was so
escape.
far. Yeah.
Yeah. But probably, I mean, I feel like the craziest one I went to is when cops did come and a cop went to grab my arm and I sprinted and I was fast.
Yeah.
And they ran after me, but I
You got away?
I got away.
That's a pretty cool
But
story.
also, you guys, I was wearing like flip flops, and I'm not kidding you. My toes clawed into them so deep, and I was sprinting in like flip flops.
Right? That's nuts.
Very
Nuts.
impressive.
And went fast. That's how scared I was, right? Because I was like,
Sure.
there's no way.
Adrenaline's a hell of a
You know
drug.
what I mean? And I remember later, I like looked at my shoes, and you could just see like
where your
the holes.
toes?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's not even like I had long toenails, but that
right?
was just
That's how hard you were gripping.
yeah. But I mean,
Using your whole foot.
the whole foot. I mean, I'm
No,
like,
no
running?
bleeding from the
Nothing.
Oh, that's good.
yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you're you're
Young.
like,
Trained
Yeah.
professional.
But for us, what was amazing, and I don't know if kids get to experience it nowadays, is like, just had the stars and like you're listening to the desert noises, and we were playing like either country music or rock and roll, and everyone's just chatting. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't have the phones, and like, you know, I just thought it was so different.
It sounds so cool. A
It
desert
was.
party.
Oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
just like you might hear a coyote, you know, you just, I don't know. There could be like a wild boar coming through. But it was just like different. And
Scorpions?
I know. I'm
No?
like, are we worried about the snakes?
I mean, not at that time. I mean,
they knew to stay away.
Like at night,
kind
they
of.
don't come out at night.
no, you would see it. I mean, scorpions go, well, actually, they don't glow in the dark until you have a black light. But yeah, I guess I never worried about that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about you hoofing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I didn't care. I think
Yeah.
I would have
You
rather
didn't
died
even
by a
think about it.
rattlesnake
Yeah.
than be
Than get
caught by the
arrested.
cops. My parents would have been happier. Yeah, she's gone, you know, rattlesnake. Instead of like, Mom, I'm in jail.
Stole the
That's
keg
all
again.
I thought about was like, oh my gosh, like no way I'm having
right?
like them be called.
Right.
Yeah. I was like,
Like the worst.
yeah. And then like just I think like they're like, stop. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm out. But I actually miss those days. And
Yeah.
they were so great. I think people forget kind of my age, how old I am. Because I'm like, no, I'm a 90s kid. I'm
Right.
like, I was raised 90s, and I got to enjoy like going to my friend's house on my bike and throwing
Yeah.
the bike in the front yard and knocking and
Yeah.
all those things.
I'm an
And,
80s
like,
kid. Same.
Yeah, so you know, like I
I
just
go further back.
yeah. But we got to experience all that,
That's right.
you know?
I know, and it's different today.
It's so
It really
different.
is. And I'm sure every generation sounds the same, right?
I think so, but we're the generations that know what it's like without social media
True.
and without like growing up on phones.
That's
and
what I
all
was
that.
thinking.
Yeah.
Like my high school parties, I don't remember wanting to take pictures to post or like needing
Never.
to capture that moment. I think we had like the digital cameras, but like that wasn't the focus. It was like hanging out or playing beer pong or whatever, but like
Right.
it wasn't about taking a picture to show other people online. Because
right.
now I feel like it's that
all about
validation.
the moment, capturing the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's tough. Like you go to a concert and everyone has their phone out to capture the moment
Yeah.
versus
Or like, yeah, what's the expression? Like, it didn't happen if you don't take a picture. What's that?
Oh, I get that if that's what
Yeah, there's like in some kind of expression. Do you guys know?
it's not.
I mean, I finally had to tell myself, like, you don't have to film everything or take a picture of everything because half the time I don't even know where it goes. It's not like
Right.
I really go back to it. And so, like, even when I'm at concerts, I was catching myself, like, wanting to film. But now I tell myself, like, do
Right.
you ever really look at it?
and
Right.
and the memory you are taking up on your device
For the video,
for the
yeah,
videos.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
true. That's
yeah.
true.
So,
concerts
like,
long. Yeah.
yeah, I was like,
I'm never gonna rewatch that
ever.
No.
from my phone.
And when I do,
yeah.
I'm gonna hear myself singing, and it's not good.
100%.
I'm
And like,
delete
like
it.
the shaking.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, this is awful. But I think, I don't know if you both feel the same, but I feel like we get so caught up in nostalgia at times because we know how slow life was, how different it was, how
Right.
connected we all were. And I feel like now I like look at kids and I'm like, I hate saying like back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. That's
But
every generation.
Yeah,
sounds
but
the
I feel
same.
like we actually really do get to say it.
So I think every generation feels that way again.
Yeah.
But because whatever the experiences are that they're having now, those are the things that are binding
guess
them.
that's
You
true.
know, and it's what like your shared experience at that time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like influencers, right? This generation is very into influencers and TikTok
Yeah.
memes and things like that. And those will be the nostalgia moments for them. Whereas for us, it was like I still remember commercials from Jingles.
Oh
and,
my gosh, yeah.
You know, MTV and like, you know, when it was actually music videos and,
Yeah.
you know, like all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it's cool sometimes because when you meet someone who's around your age and you can kind of joke around and have that connection because you kind of grew up with the same
Yeah.
stuff. I
guess you're
think every
right.
generation it's the same but different, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
just different things.
I guess that is true.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm just at that age. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting old.
Yeah.
Technology and music. That's
Oh, yeah.
what
It's
that's what Nick
wild.
always says. The two things that you know you're getting older when music and technology are kind of over your
When
head.
some people talk about musicians and I'm like, who? And they're like, how do you not know? And I'm like,
right.
gosh,
Right.
I don't know. And then,
Well, and plus for you guys, because you guys have been very publicly always like the lead of pop culture. I mean,
Right.
you have.
Yeah.
And you're like right in the middle of it, generating pop culture yourselves.
Right.
So I think even more so people look to you guys
Yeah,
as
like-
to like what's cool. And for you to not know something, it's
Right.
like, what?
You're
yeah,
like,
I'm
Birdie, tell
I'm
me.
not cool.
I'm not anymore. I've not been cool for a very long time. If I ever
Yeah.
even was.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's even funny, in the locker room now. Like I'll hear some conversations and it's different words like Gen
Right.
Z's use.
Oh yeah.
And I am like, I'm so lost. I'm like, but I want to know every word and what it means because I want to say them. But then Nikki and I will like kind of say them to each other. And we're like, oh yeah, we can't do that. Like
Yeah.
it's so bad.
Somehow we're off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, we just don't have the right swag for it.
I know.
It's sad.
It's sad.
It is.
It's sad for us and it's funny to them, to
Yeah.
the younger generation. Like they think it's hilarious.
I know.
And like,
And-
I get big eye rolls.
Yeah.
Because, mine are a little older.
Oh yeah.
So,
So
feel like-
they're probably like, Mom, stop.
yeah, they do.
They're very helpful
They are.
teaching me things. I'm like, what is my son saying? What does that mean? It was
My
a bad
youngest
one.
in particular.
Yes, it was great.
Yes.
It's like, is this a thing now?
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to retell the story or no?
From this morning?
Yes.
I
Great
mean,
story.
it's,
It's
Is
a
it-
great story.
I hope.
No, it's so funny.
So my son is 6.5 and we were at a birthday party and we
And
came.
he's the cutest.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Oh my
He is.
God.
He
He's the
definitely is.
cutest.
We came home from the birthday party and my mother-in-law and her sister were watching my daughter. And they had been doing like chalk in the driveway and it said Chase, live. And there was like a house and a rainbow and a flower. Like it was beautiful art. And one of them is a teacher, so the writing was great. And I was like, oh, Chase, did you see? And now this is like, we walk past it, we go inside. And I say, oh, Chase, did you see what they drew outside? And he's like, yeah, it says my wiener is growing.
Isn't that funny?
That's actually
And he just
so
he like
good.
started to walk away and I was like
like
love
this,
that.
right? Like no
I was like, no, it
Oh my
doesn't. Oh my God, I'm
gosh.
so proud. That was like
That was so good.
right?
And
Oh
my
my
mother-in-law and her sister were like, they're trying not to laugh. And I'm like, he doesn't always talk like this. Like he
Oh my
just said it.
gosh.
Yeah, that's what it says and
I
walked
would
away.
be so proud too.
So like, can I tell you those?
His
So
reading's
crazy.
really good.
So then we just
my
did this interview with James Harrison at Fanatics Fest, and
Yeah.
Elise tells the story. I don't think the crowd could even really hear, but then James jumps in because he has two boys, and he starts talking about other things to come that you'll be so proud of, like
gosh.
the first hair. And Elise is like,
I can't hear
what?
him.
Like she
Yeah.
can't hear, so she's like, what? And I'm like, his first pubic hair.
Oh. So I was like,
James is like, the pube.
The pew.
there's a crowd. I'm like, so how should I react? He's like, well, you're going to be proud.
Proud of him.
I'm like, great.
Tell him welcome
right.
to
Oh my
manhood.
gosh.
You gotta respect.
So this might be our
The
last
things.
podcast because that was
You know.
It was
telling
just so
stories.
funny. I
It
mean,
is.
it just was.
But and also boys are very like they're just not private.
No.
So they like
no.
they will be they'll be very proud to show us their pubic hair.
Yep.
Oh yes.
When they get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Apparently.
apparently.
Can't wait.
Oh my gosh. There's so many times I'm like, Brian, take over. I'm like,
That's actually
not
that's
my
exactly what I
area.
said. I texted my husband. He's like, I'm so proud. I'm like, yeah, but this is your area. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I got the girl.
Oh my God, I love that.
So I have 3 girls, as you know,
Yeah.
and all of my not all, most of my conversations were held in the car
Oh my gosh.
because it's the one-on-one. You could turn the music down.
See-
They can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And they're stuck. And I've had some real, honest, candid,
Oh my gosh.
clear conversations.
I can't even imagine.
great
And because you're in the
parenting
car,
advice.
it's almost like you don't get a lot of time to kind of stop
No.
and think what to say. Like
That's true.
You got to
And
be
they're
quick.
stuck.
Yeah, they've joked
But
about it.
I love that, though.
Since
But I love how open you are with them because my mom was always open with me.
Yeah.
And I felt like even though I did get myself into some trouble, but nothing was bad because she was always just so honest with me.
right,
And-
and she was younger.
Right. Because she
Yeah,
got pregnant
young
with Nikki
mom.
and I at 18.
Yep.
And she didn't want that for us.
Right.
So she was very honest about sex and
Yes.
everything. And I just remember like when she would bring it up, I'd be like, Mom, no.
Right?
And
That's the
she's like,
thing.
yeah. But she's like, Bree, you're in high school and
Yeah.
I know what happens. And I'm like, But it did help.
Yes. No,
So-
yes, my kids all cringed every time, but I described everything because I wanted them to know.
Yeah.
I also wanted them to know, to be aware of what was happening. Like, even if it were just the boys joking, like, I didn't
Right.
want them to not know the joke, you know?
Yeah.
So I would just really explicitly, but like medically.
That's good.
Dr. Steph, don't do that with your hands when you're saying it.
Yes. No, I should not make any gestures.
But I will because
my hands.
my vocabulary is awful. It's more urban, so I'm like, I'm gonna have to actually think of like really good professional lingo,
It just helps to be,
like matter of fact.
yes, to use like, the actual terminology. It just kind of,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
You could bring her in.
Yeah. I'll
To handle it.
It'll be in the
Maybe
car.
that's my
and
next
I will
role.
go.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's like a ride along.
Well, see, again, back
you
to the
go.
80s, Dr. Ruth. Do you even know who Dr. Ruth is?
I do remember Dr. Ruth.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, I never was into Dr. Ruth.
Right. No,
like,
no,
but
yeah,
I
but like you're
remember-
aware.
Yes.
And yeah, in the 80s.
You call and ask her questions?
Yes.
Or you write them in?
No, well, there was someone else you wrote into, I think.
Is that Abby?
No, well, I
Dear
remember
Abby.
That was Abby.
Dear
Yeah.
Abby.
I'm trying.
I
But
watched
Dr.
Love
Ruth
Line.
was the sex. Oh, yes, Love Line.
Yeah. But Dr. Ruth was, I felt like the more professional one.
Yeah, I think she was like the first.
Yeah. Loveline was like, ask my mom. I'm like, what's gonorrhea? And they're just like, what are you talking about?
Why do you know that?
Loveline. Because remember, like, sometimes they'd be in the dark and they'd be like, so this happened. And I'm like, I used to like love Loveline. I'm
Oh my
like,
God, that's
oh
so
my
funny.
gosh. Yeah. But I felt like I learned a lot of sex ed from there, which
Yeah,
is probably not
see?
good.
So,
but
well, no, it's good.
it was good not to like,
good to learn.
Because it was all the bad, crazy situations.
You have to know the bad.
What to
also.
avoid.
Yes,
Yes.
you do. That's the most important to know.
Right.
And scary situations and things you don't want to be involved in, and like what can go wrong,
For sure.
and
And-
that, like, I don't know. I always try to make it so that you know ahead of time what you're willing to do and not do.
Yeah.
So you're not stuck in a situation where suddenly someone's trying to do something and you're not prepared, and so you don't know what to do, and then maybe you make a bad decision, like try to know in advance, like so that you stick to what you committed to yourself.
Right.
Whatever
agree.
that might be.
No, I 100% agree. And that's how I like want to be as a parent too with my kids and have them the awareness. Cause even like I want to teach Betty too, like no means no.
Right.
Like I want to tell him
Yes.
like with girls
Yes.
and stuff, like, when that day, like I'll have Brian probably tell him.
Yeah.
Be like, just tell him. But cause I also want to raise a gentleman, but then raise, Birdie to be a strong female.
Yep.
So I think that's
And
important.
I'm sure you guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I am. I'm very mindful about it. Like, I feel like parenting isn't easy.
No.
You got to put a lot of effort into it. But I do. I like do my research and I try to figure out all the different ways. Like, it's like I want to guide them through life. I know they're here for a purpose and they're going to be their own people, but I want to
Right.
make sure I'm like guiding them right, like in the right ways.
You want to be the best mom you can be. Yeah.
For sure. So Brian and I are like researchers. It's like so funny.
But
Like,
that makes you guys great parents
Yeah.
anyway. Even just wanting to be the best parents you can be. Like, that's exactly right. We're going to screw up. We're going to make horrible mistakes at some point along the way, just like our parents did, right? And we
Yeah.
were quick to point them out. Let me tell you, our kids are going to be quick to point out
Yeah.
our errors.
Oh my gosh.
And they are now doing that to me. Yes. We actually have this whole, I used to tell this story about this character, Wendy Weiner, and she had many adventures. And I'm starting to realize, like, maybe Wendy Weiner went a little too far.
Yeah.
Wait, is she a made up character? You
Yeah,
storytelling?
she's,
So you
at
tell
night
your girls?
before bed. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's really cute.
She goes through it.
I know she does. She
Oh my God.
yeah, she does. She learns a lot about whining and crying.
She got locked in the closet.
No, we're not going to tell it.
Oh,
On
I'm
pod,
just-
yes, but yeah, overnight school.
She was
my
not
They
listening.
found her the next day, but she learned her lesson. But I'm just saying, I realize I may have told like some traumatizing stories unintentionally.
Yeah, your girls are great listeners now. It worked, right?
Oh my gosh. My grandfather would always do the red fox.
Oh,
That was our thing. And to this day, us cousins still send each other red foxes.
That's
and
so cute.
It means something because
I was gonna say,
his
what
was
does it
always
mean?
about the red fox.
But the
Well,
adventures
story-
of the Red Fox? Yeah.
And then a lot of times when we'd walk into like the kitchen, he'd go, "Oh, you just missed the Red Fox. He came here," and then he would tell this elaborate story of why the Red Fox came.
That's
But it
so
was
cool.
like, yeah, and it was our thing. And then my grandmother had like a painting of red foxes. I feel like all of us have some type of red fox in our house.
That's so
to remember
cute.
our grandfather. So
Yeah.
they'll
That's
always
really
think of
cool.
Wendy.
Do you have a Red Fox tattoo?
No, my brother does.
Yeah?
I've always thought about it, but not there yet.
So maybe this is like another thing you do is a Red Fox series.
Yeah, actually,
You
it'd
know?
be so cute.
Yeah, it would be.
That would. He had the greatest stories. And so, but it's fun, us kids. I mean, we just had a family reunion last weekend. And
How many of you?
So it's 13 of us cousins and then our spouses and kids.
Wow.
And we just did it like cousins.
That's
if
so
aunts and uncles
cool.
wanted to come, they were welcomed, but no one showed up. But I think they all thought they were
not-
going to be
the kids
babysitters.
did. The kids did.
Oh, the kids. And they had so much fun. But we talked about the Red Fox.
Oh, that's
I
so
know.
great.
Like it will always be a thing
I
in our
definitely
family.
think you need to
I got to
do something with it. Yeah.
for sure.
That's
What a
great because
cool
you're
memory.
so creative and you're such an entrepreneur and
Yeah.
you know, and you certainly understand media, you know, better than most.
Yeah.
Like absolutely you guys should do something.
I got to do something.
Yeah.
Cute little kids book or something.
Yeah.
You know?
You never know the life of the Red Fox.
I love that. You just missed him.
Yes.
Oh,
I can
and he
picture
was
just
like
here.
being a kid, being like,
Oh yeah, all the us kids would be
Where?
like, yeah,
that's-
all the time.
And you run to the window.
Oh my
Right?
goodness. And then he'd be like, well, he left donuts and he wanted me to tell you this. And he would have like, and my grandfather always got the white powdered donuts.
Oh.
He never got chocolate or
Messy.
sprinkles. He'd always get the
Yeah.
white. I know my grandmother was
I
like,
actually
what the-
love those.
Well,
You might
do
be
they?
in the-
I don't see them
the
anymore.
older generation.
now-
Entenmann's does it, don't they still?
I think so.
The powdered sugar donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like they were like the white goes everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, everywhere.
Oh, my
It's
gosh.
all over you.
It's like a
Yeah.
jelly
Yes.
donut
but without the jelly.
minus the
Yeah,
jelly.
there's no
Because,
jelly.
I don't like to jelly my donut.
I don't like jelly in mine.
Sorry, I brought it up, guys.
No.
And I think about how they get the jelly in there and how long
Right?
the jelly's. Yeah,
Right?
it grosses me
No.
out a little bit.
Also, the Bavarian cream don't like it.
Which one?
Bavarian cream, they pump it into the donut same
Oh,
way
yeah.
they do
No,
the
that's
jam.
disgusting.
Yeah, it's gross.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gross.
I know. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
For me, I can't eat donuts anymore, unfortunately. But I just wanted maple with my cup of coffee.
Oh, you know, my mom loves the maple.
Maple's my favorite.
Yeah, that's my mom's favorite
Yeah.
too.
Love
Maple frosted.
Oh, the
She still
best.
gets one every year on her birthday.
Oh my gosh,
which I think is the
love
cutest
that.
thing. Yeah.
That is so cute.
Every year she has one maple, and she looks forward to it every year, and she eats it all day long.
I would
Little
do
bites.
anything.
Right.
What
Yeah.
power?
I know.
Willpower she has.
But
right?
you know what?
One
It's so
donut a
nice to
year.
look forward to something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I love that.
it's true.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about iconic stories on this show. And when it comes to sports entertainment or professional wrestling, no stories are bigger than the ones written by WWE legends. Superstars like Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, trailblazers like Trish Stratus, and factions like the NWO and DX. Their legacies are unforgettable. And if you want to wear that history, you need the real deal. That's why you've got to check out WWE Shop and Fanatics. They have the ultimate lineup of official WWE Legends merchandise. We're talking classic graphic tees, premium vintage hoodies, and retro gear. Whether you're hitting a live show or just repping your favorite era on the street, Fanatics has you covered. Don't wait. Head over to WWEshop.com and Fanatics.com right now and grab your favorite Legends gear. What's something you look forward to?
Besides wine. I mean, it used to be something like that, but I ended up getting a severe allergy to gluten and dairy. Where
Really?
they thought I had celiac disease.
Right.
But I tested negative, but my levels are so high as someone with celiac. Like I can't even do cross-contamination anymore.
You're kidding.
No, it started I think been 2 years now. I was sick all the time. And I was like, what is going on? Felt like food poisoning a lot. And finally I'm like, I can't live like this anymore. Like
Yeah,
every
that's
day I was
terrible.
feeling. So finally I went to 3 different doctors, all this testing, and then it ended up being gluten and dairy, but my gluten's the worst. Even if I have cross-contamination, I'm done.
But did you eat gluten a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
It was
so it's not
never-
like you were refraining from gluten and then tried to eat gluten and
Right.
You know, because sometimes people develop an allergy that way.
Yeah, I mean, they said women when they get into their 40s, like celiac disease.
Is more common.
And so they're like, it's kind of normal.
Is that normal in the world or just in the States?
I
Like,
feel
is
like
it
the
our
States.
type of gluten?
Yeah.
So my doctor, when we were just overseas, she's like, I kind of want you to try a little gluten. But I'm like, if I do, I'm just sick for like 5 days.
Oh,
That-
And it's
just not
awful.
worth it.
One of my
So-
friends that had a gluten
Yeah.
allergy ate like pizza or pasta in Italy,
And she was fine.
and it was fine. It was
Yeah.
like, just give it a try. And she went for it and then was like, oh, so it's what we're eating here.
Okay. See, I just need to make a special trip.
I mean,
to
Yeah, there you
Italy.
go. There
But
you
that
go.
was her. I
And-
don't know that it's the same for everyone, but it was
Right.
just a very cool moment because she was like, nothing's happening. And it
See?
was,
I mean, that's so nice. Because even for
awful
me,
to not be able to eat what you want.
no. And to worry about cross contamination.
Yeah, no, I know.
'Cause
My
even in the-
oldest has a peanut allergy,
Oh,
so
so
I'm
you
very
know how it
familiar.
is.
Yeah.
And because in the beginning, I didn't care about cross contamination, and then I'd get sick all over again, and it would take 5 days. And then they're like, "Yeah, you can't even do cross contamination." I'm like, so sometimes at restaurants, I'm like eating a
Made,
salad,
made in a factory. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't.
and I'm
which
like,
you can't right now.
yeah. But I mean, I like lost
yeah, you can't
weight,
eat salad
and now
right
I'm
now
like,
because of the
oh yeah, now we can't do
explosive
it.
diarrhea parasite.
When I saw it with Taco Bell, I'm like, all right, we know Taco Bell, it's been going on for years. But then I saw like grocery store lettuce, and I'm like,
Right?
what else?
But
Right?
I said
Yeah.
to Steph, you know what's never given me explosive diarrhea?
What?
A margarita.
No,
Never.
never,
Tequila would never.
Ever.
never, ever.
With
never
tahini,
would I ever.
you know what I mean? It's like not a margarita, not a glass of wine. But that, so when I cheat, like when I have like, because I'm mindful now, especially being back in the ring, like I try to limit like twice a week.
Let me say, you look amazing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you look
It's-
fabulous.
Thank
I
you so
mean,
much.
so amazing. So
That means a lot.
Do not worry.
Yeah. But that's like my thing. I get excited for my wine.
Good.
Yeah.
You gotta have a. That's what you're looking forward to.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I look forward to.
Yeah.
I'm like my wine
That's
time.
your treat.
It's my treat.
Yeah.
And I love it. And sometimes I'll start with like a glass of champagne to get the mood. And then I go to my like
and
wine.
then the wine.
Yeah. And I live in wine countries. So,
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
you
true.
guys, I get the best.
Well, and you have your own wine.
and my own wine.
Yes.
And we have such a great tasting room. Like anytime you guys are in Napa, you have to go.
Okay.
We did it. It's so cool. It's a speakeasy. And
That's so
all,
fun.
Oh yeah. And all the photos on the wall go back almost 4 generations of our Italian side.
Really?
Yeah. We have a couple of like our Mexican side up
Were
there.
there other wine producers in your family?
So listen to this. So my great grandfather, when he migrated from Naples to South Philadelphia, it was like 12 of them, and they had all their stuff in one trunk, and they were in like a townhome on 21st and South Street, and he was making wine in the basement, but just for the family, never
Right,
to
right.
sell. But they had like it was
Grappa
like
or like?
actually I don't remember. I need to. Oh, I don't know who I'd ask now. I need to find out.
Okay.
But it was cute because they were selling like meat and fish, but it was in like the main floor, I guess. But it was the family dining room, and then the kids were on one floor and the adults, and they had a little like produce stand in front of their shop. And so when you'd come in, sometimes you'd see the family eating, even though you're getting some fish and meat.
Right.
But then after World War II, it was just really hard to keep it up. So that's when my grandfather and his 2 brothers survived war. And they migrated to Southern California to become farmers and buy land instead of buying the produce.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how we ended up in the West, even though
Right.
my roots are really from the East.
Yeah.
But so I know my, not Giuseppe, it was Antonio. I think he was the one who'd make wine for everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, but never sold it.
So cool.
But yeah, I was like, so it's in my butt, and he's on the wall. So if you
That's so
come
cool.
into and you know what's crazy is I have his safe, and it was the safe that was in the shop, and my grandmother gave it to me as a wedding gift because she knows I really appreciate heirlooms of the
Yeah.
family. So I have a lot of different heirlooms. I have the trunk that they all came from Naples. I have that.
Wow.
I keep a lot of it. Yeah. So this is gonna really trip you out. You know Tyler Henry, the medium.
Oh,
Have you seen him? He's on Netflix.
I don't think I have, but
Okay. So one time, we were working with him,
okay.
and he out of nowhere, and I, like you're in the moment. It's like just so much is going on. You
Sure,
just can't
sure.
concentrate at times. But he goes, and Antonio, like Davita's coming through, and Nicole and I were sitting there, and we're like, and he was kind of looking at me like, are you sure you don't know Davida? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, and like, because then you start to
And
think
this
like
is on
camera.
your show?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We did this on his show. This was
Oh,
like
on his show.
Like,
Okay, yeah.
had to be, if I'm 42, so this was like a decade ago. And sure enough, go back home, walk through my door, on the safe from my great-great-grandfather, Antonio Davida.
Oh my God, I just got goosebumps so
I
bad.
literally dropped my bags and like was like, holy shit, my great-great-grandfather was trying to communicate with me.
Wow.
And I think because maybe I have a safe, is it because I started to get into wine or like
Wow.
something? And to this day, I've even DM'd Tyler and I'm like, dude, we need to talk.
Did he
Yeah.
write back?
No.
I was gonna ask, have you gone to
Because I want to get
another-
back to him to be like, what was he trying to say?
Yeah.
But how crazy.
Crazy. So my
Wow.
we have a family friend, but pretty far removed, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't really seen her in a very long time. We communicate every now and then, but she was more my mom's friend, and she knew my grandmother very well. And my grandmother was like red hair, Spitfire, vodka every night, vodka and
God, love
cigarettes, and just like I love my grandmother. She had no filter at all
Yeah.
whatsoever, and just told you exactly what she thought. She didn't speak to me actually for about a year or two because I called her a cranky old lady when she broke her leg, and I was teasing, but she did
Yeah.
not take it that way. I had to earn it back,
a
and I
year.
did. I sat there for a year. I'd go visit her, and she wouldn't say anything.
Oh my
to
God.
me. But anyway, so so there's this woman, and she went to a medium with a totally separate group of friends, like very far removed from
Yeah.
my family. And the medium kept saying there's a presence with red hair and a glass, like a goblet, keeps coming through. And, you know, my friend knew, she's like, oh, that's Mrs. Carson. Like, I know who that is. And then they went on and they were doing the reading. And like an hour later, however long it lasted, the red hair kept coming back. And she looked at my friend and said, tell Stephanie hello,
Shush.
meaning me,
No.
right?
Yes. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
But I believe in it
Wanted to
all.
Say hi.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Oh.
amazing. She's like, sorry for ignoring you for a couple years.
She's like, I'm
You
sorry I
deserved
didn't
it.
talk to
Yeah.
you.
Like, now that I'm over here on this
Yeah,
side,
no,
I realize
trust
maybe
me.
it was wrong.
I don't think she thinks it was wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh
isn't
my
that
gosh.
crazy?
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so interesting to me, like the messages or like how it actually makes me feel good that they still want to connect and
Right.
that like you can still feel them. And it's kind of like when you walk in our speakeasy, every time I walk in, I'm just like say hi to everyone and just, I love honoring them because
Right,
I'm like,
yeah.
they're the reason why I'm here.
Right?
And so many of my qualities comes from someone on that wall.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, and but yeah, I just love that. So
Oh, that's
hopefully
so
maybe
cool.
Tyler will let me know what he wanted to say.
Right?
But one day.
Well, and there's a lot of, mediums now, right? That are
right.
really great.
There
So
is.
maybe there's
I need to
somebody
find
else to
someone
go
else.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
If he's
see.
not answering you,
Right.
right?
I know.
I mean, maybe he's got a good reason, but
Probably. He's like,
Maybe he
no,
does- he just
no
hasn't seen
breed,
it.
No breed. Well, it does say delivered, not checked. So. But it's been years now.
yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we'll send
But
him
yeah,
another
but
message.
I love it.
Yeah, maybe he got out of the business.
No, he has a new show on
Oh.
Netflix. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm unaware, Tyler
I
Henry.
know.
Yeah.
I think it's Tyler Henry.
Well, now he's not going to
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
I know.
Just kidding. We're
Well,
going to watch your show.
Yeah, he has a new show out, and
Maybe
I
he'll come on
see
our
him
show to promote his show.
Do that.
Yeah.
You guys need to, because in person, because I've been to a couple different ones, but he's one that I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like you all of a sudden feel the energy. Oof. And the whole time he's there, he's like has to draw like this because he can have people come in like from the camera guy or the producer. So he tries
Oh,
to
that's
just
very interesting.
Yeah, dial in
Yeah.
on you because he says like different ones will come in for different people.
Can you imagine having to live with that ability?
No. And they
Like, how do you
found out when he
filter
was
it
a
out?
little boy.
Really?
And he was starting to go to convalescent homes as a little boy.
You're
Yeah.
kidding.
Helping people to move on. Go to the other side. No, his story is incredible. You guys need to get him
Wow.
on. You
Yeah.
guys would love him.
Wow.
And-
Did he have an
scared.
accident as a child or something? Or
I don't know. But his mom's the one who realized, she's like, whoa, like he's gifted.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
But he, from a little boy, would see angels.
Really?
Yeah. And he like would say all these things. And the mom was like, wow. I mean,
Wow.
isn't that amazing? You
Yes.
guys need to talk to him.
Yes.
You guys would be obsessed.
I feel like so untalented when I hear about people like that.
Okay. Sometimes, no, me too. And then I'm like, wow, like, okay, that's gift is like setting the bar really high.
Well,
right?
Like, where are my gifts at?
But like,
Like, why can't I?
He was
Am I doing
that
life
gifted
right?
as a kid.
As a kid.
Right.
Like-
so that was like his purpose, right?
Right. I guess. Yeah.
You know, and I always think like, I do feel like we're on the planet. We all have our own purpose. And so I feel like a lot of my life, I've been trying to figure out my purpose. And I feel like I kind of have an idea.
What do you think
Like,
it is?
I feel like Nikki and I have always been this like, one, as you could tell, we have zero filters and like, we don't really care. We're
You are
kinda
very
like-
much yourselves.
We are.
Authentic.
Yeah. And we're like, yeah, we're a little messy and like we drink and like we do this, and this. Like we don't care. We don't mind being judged.
Right.
So we feel like we were supposed to showcase our lives and let people know you're not alone. Like
right.
our family is batshit crazy.
As
Like,
is everyone's.
I mean, sometimes like Christmas, we got into this argument. I'm like, we can't always be that family, like, but we are. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I look at Nikki and I'm like, we're not going there, but we do. And so I was like, I feel like we let people know, like, you're normal.
yeah.
It's
You're-
relatable.
you know?
Yeah, it is very
And
relatable.
I don't mind like that half the people hate me, half the people love me. I'm like, whatever, this is me.
Yeah.
And like, I'll rather take 20% of you guys who love me than the 80 if they hate me. I don't care. And so I just kind of like, Nicole, maybe that's like our gift of like not giving a shit.
But that
in
is
way.
a true gift. So
Yeah.
how do you ignore? Like, you know, we ask everybody that, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you guys, above all else, have been at the, like we were talking about, like the head
Yeah.
of pop culture, you know, across YouTube, across multiple different platforms while it was all booming. And of course, still is booming.
Yeah.
But how do you block the hate?
You know, I kind of feel like people, I look at it like, okay, they're hating on me because there's just something missing in their lives.
Yeah.
And they need a release on me. I'm just the person. And that
You
Nikki
like
and
to be released on?
I do like to be released on.
As soon as you said it, I'm like, she's running with that.
I love that.
Couldn't help it. Couldn't help it. Sorry.
No, you have my exact sense of humor, by the way.
That's the 20%.
Like, Nikki and I are in every room, and if someone said that, we'd look at each other and be like, so I love it. But I do, we feel like
The
I
four
just-
of us should do a show with tequila and wine.
I mean, would
Yeah.
we not have so
God-
much fun?
Oh my God,
We'd
last
be like,
time.
this is the rated R version.
Why are they twerking one drink in?
But I do. I feel like I kind of just look at it like. I also feel like people hate on successful women, and I'm like, all you're doing is giving me a compliment. You're hating on me because you either feel insecure to my success, or there's something that makes you feel like you need to work harder because you see what I'm doing.
Right.
I don't make you feel like you're working hard enough. And the other people, I just think they're having a hard day, and I'm like the person that, you know what, Nikki and I,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
take it out on them. I'm like, take it out on me. That makes
Yeah.
you feel better, because I can care less. But I'm not big on reading comments.
Right.
Like sometimes I will.
I mean, that's
and I've been
huge.
off Twitter for 10 years.
Oh, okay.
So Nikki has the account and she does stuff on there, but I haven't been on, I mean, since I was pregnant with Birdie.
Wow.
And I just kind of felt I don't need it. And sometimes she'll show me stuff and I go, I swear I read that same thing like 12 years ago.
Right?
I'm like, sometimes it feels like nothing changed.
That's funny.
Do you know what I mean?
I think that's sort of true.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, if no one on there is evolving, I'm not missing out.
Right?
It's actually been a gift because I think I see it actually in the locker room. A lot of people get affected
Yeah.
by what people
Really
say.
badly. Really
Really-
badly.
And especially the younger ones because they've grown up communicating through social media.
Yeah.
So to them, that's their culture, that's their community. For me, I'm like, fuck that. I don't even know
Yeah.
who that person is. Like Nikki and I always said we always wanted to be like Jay and Silent Bob and be like, you know? I used to love Jay and Silent Bob. I'm like, I think we pitched that one time as like a vignette, like today. Or like, but I see them and I had to talk to some of the girls a couple weeks ago because I'm like, okay, one, you don't even know what that person's going through.
Right.
And it's a throwaway comment. It means absolutely nothing. And I go, and there's about 200 amazing comments. Don't let like the
The one.
three
Yeah.
like put you down. And I'm like, and if you, as a businesswoman, I look at numbers, so I'm going to take that percentage, and you're
Right.
doing really fucking good,
Right. Yeah.
Because
Right.
90%, that's more. I mean, 97% of the people love you,
Yeah.
so you're good.
Yeah.
Like, but I see how it can get some of them, and you'll see
Yeah.
some of them, they deactivate their accounts because they have
just
to.
too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
and that kills me. And I do feel like people do need to be kinder.
Yeah.
Like sometimes people do take it too far. Because there's definitely times I'm like, I have written back at people and then I hit delete.
Right.
And I'm like, but this would feel so good if I hit reply. And, Nikki used to be like that. I mean,
Yeah.
she'd go back at it with people. And then she finally kind of stopped. But then sometimes I'll see her and I'm like, oh, there she is.
There she is.
But what she hates is when she sees people go after like if there are fans.
Right.
Then that's when she'll step in.
Yeah.
Is like to stand up for someone because she's like, okay, I know that's going to be hard on that
Right. And
person.
it'll be influential for me to say something
Yeah.
because there are fans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she's DM'd a lot of people.
Really?
Oh, like telling them off. And then
Really?
they'll write back to her and they're like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Most of the time, it's the same thing as the
Right.
bully.
Yeah.
When you, because what I think a lot of people, they want attention.
Right. That's what they
You
want.
know, that's all they really want is a little attention. And for some reason, I don't know why fear and everything that goes with it is like such a main driver for human communication.
Right.
That is why the media is the way it is. Like why it's a headline culture, why it's, clickbait or rage bait now or whatever it is. It's because that's like, for some reason, one of the more powerful pulls to human nature. But really, I think you're right. It's people who have had a bad day. It's people who are looking for community, people who want some kind of attention,
Yep.
even if it's negative attention, because at least I know I matter enough for you that you respond to me, right?
sure.
Or that I upset you, or that I made you happy, or whatever. Like people just want to be loved at the end of the day. I
That's
think
that's all they want. And they're not feeling it. So
But
I
it's
I
hard.
always like it is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, get in the ring and let's see. Like
Come on over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like dare you.
Oh, I'm
But-
sorry, I did what? Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I do feel like at the end of the day, they do just want to feel loved, and I will say like headlines because Nikki and I will be at a lot of them. I'm always like blown away. I'm like, I didn't say that.
Right.
You took like the middle of my sentence.
Out of context.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep. I do.
And it kills
All the
me.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially podcasting. Once you start, it's like
Well, yeah, and you're saying so much.
right, and they just will take, and it always has to be something negative.
Yeah.
And
Because
I'm
that's what generates the clicks. And that's the crazy part about human nature. Like, why? Why
Why?
is that what generates the clicks?
That it's
You know?
so interesting. I mean, more than ever nowadays, I feel like I'm looking for positive headlines so I
Right.
can feel better about the world.
Right.
I know, it's hard.
Right.
I'm like, thank goodness for the dodo and like the goods, whatever,
Yeah.
another one. I'm like, I need to see another dog being rescued. I need
Yes,
you know what I
I know.
mean? Like, I need to
Yes,
feel
show me
good
the
today.
good stuff. Yeah.
like,
but the fact that these accounts even exist so that you can actually just
See
get
good
good
Not
news.
have anxiety.
Yeah.
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 It kills me.
The anxiety-inducing culture is just insane.
Insane. And like, does it end?
It not yet. But as long as it's like, I think ultimately it's money and power, right? Like that's what
Right.
drives everything. And as long as the clicks are happening, it's going to continue to drive what someone publishes because they need the clicks, so they have the views, so they get the sponsorship dollars. So whatever, it drives the business of it,
Right.
you know? And I don't know what's going to make the model flip.
I know. I hope people just get tired of it. And then
I
they just
hope they do,
demand,
too.
yeah, that it's different.
And I think the younger cultures, like I do think they have a different perspective. But there's those who
I
kind
do
of
agree with you.
yeah, and there's those who have grown up at the beginning of it who are maybe more affected, and then there's those who have like now this generation
Yeah.
really grown up in it, and I do think they see it differently.
do
And
too.
I don't think it's as much, and I could be wrong, of course, just my opinion. I don't think it's as much us versus them because they're a part of the community. They see their friends, they see their classmates, and they see people who may be different from them, but they're like a part of their class.
Right.
So they don't feel this animosity, right? Like we're all the graduating class of whatever, you know? And yeah, like I know that person is into this or that person is different than me in this way, but like, no, we're all this graduating class. Like we're
Yeah.
still all together. You know, I think
I agree
they're
with
not
that.
buying into this hate.
No,
you
and I
know?
feel like they saw kind of that, I don't know what generation you'd call it, but kind of just almost was thrown in the fire of being judged and like went
Yes.
through the drama that they're almost like, okay, like it has to be different.
Yeah.
And so they interact
They're
differently.
making it different.
Yeah.
I think
I
too. I said my daughter, so she has dwarfism, so she's a little person.
Yeah.
And I think, like when we found out, it was a whole thing. My biggest fear is like, how is the world going to treat her?
Right.
And in my son's elementary school, in the 4th grade, I think there's another little girl that is a little person, which is insane. Because
Yeah.
I haven't told you. No. Oh, yeah. Sorry. But so this little girl is how all of my son's friends' parents are like able to explain to their kids, because they're like 6 and 7
Yeah.
years old, like and my daughter is now noticeably, she's almost 3, like she's noticeably smaller.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, she's gonna be like this little girl, and they're like, oh, cool.
right.
Yeah.
And the school, like I'll have a mom say to me, oh, I was just at field day and I saw this little girl doing everything that all the other kids were. She's just like everyone else. Like the school and the kids are so accepting, and it's
amazing.
It's beautiful to see, because I can't see the future, and we're like day by day. Because if I start to think about years from now,
Right.
just as a parent in general, like, but to see this little girl kind of going through what my daughter will, and the school's so adaptive and inclusive.
Yeah.
Right.
So being on the other side of it, I'm like, thank God this generation is so inclusive.
Right.
Yeah.
Because my daughter is going to benefit from like, and it won't always be that way. And I know that, and she'll kick the shit out of anyone that
Yeah, she will.
let me tell you, but
But they do have more empathy. I see that.
Yes.
And I see it with like the environment and animals. I feel like they're just, their souls are different. There's,
yeah,
I
something
feel it.
is.
There's
It's-
something.
yeah.
And we need it. And they're going to be the refreshers.
Yeah.
To like what we've all like been kind of feeling is missing and needed. So, and your daughter too. Like, I feel like for her, like there was, like she has a purpose. And
yeah.
I think what's going to be incredible to see what that is and what she's going to do. And already like how you say her personality, like she's going to freaking break so many ceilings, doing so many cool
That's-
stuff. And you're going
yeah.
to be blown away.
I mean, without getting super emotional, like
Yeah.
we were scared. And
Right.
I say that to you often. I'm like, I cannot believe we were worried. Like, look at this girl.
Right.
So, yeah. Damn. Sorry.
No, I love
No,
that.
Well, there's also so many health reasons.
Yeah. That's,
I mean, like you worry on a multitude of levels.
Yeah.
Because you love her so much.
oh, yeah.
And it's impossible not to love her.
oh my gosh.
But
I
she
can't wait to
she
meet her one
is
day.
feisty McGee. Oh my
I
goodness.
love
Spicy nug.
that.
Yeah.
No. Like her N and her no drags so hard. We're like, we got it. Wrong popsicle.
Oh my gosh. Well, Buddy
Damn,
just
chick.
is like quick. He's like, nope. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you don't get to say that to me. But it's always like
try
I'll
that.
ask him to do something. Nope. And I'm like, it blows my mind.
Right?
Yeah, where Brody's like, yes, mom. Yes, dad. Like the sweetest. And I'm always like, Buddy, I'm like, I always have to walk out of the room and I'm like, what the fuck do I do next?
Right?
What do I say? 'Cause
And
I'm
you take a
like-
breath.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you don't want to, you don't want them to win.
At all. I'm like, because anything's will always win. Like,
Right?
gentle parenting is for Birdie. Buddy is old school parenting. I'm like, sorry,
Time
bud, but like Brian, I parent them different.
Right?
I'm like,
yeah. Well, because each person's different. Right?
Right.
I have 3 daughters, all completely different.
oh my gosh.
Completely
I just-
different. But I was in for a fight from jump.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. She wouldn't sleep either.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't sleep. Still to this day
I was
doesn't
gonna say,
sleep.
still
Yeah.
doesn't.
She
Wow.
has never been a sleeper.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and used to like come down because we trained at midnight because that
Yeah.
was like the only time we could actually get a workout in. And she would come downstairs and sometimes sleepwalk, which was bizarre.
Scary.
Yeah. Yeah, because they like come. She'd just come down and not be there, but not
Yeah.
be there. You know. And sometimes I was able to just walk her back upstairs and put
Yeah.
her back in bed, and it would be fine. But other times she'd just like sit on the stairs. and watch like the basement stairs, and she'd just watch us work out
Oh my God, how
for a little
cute.
bit, and then I'd take her upstairs. So cute.
I used to love your guys' midnight workout videos.
They were fun.
They were.
Yeah. Well, and then
seeing
we
your big
stopped training at
dog in the
midnight.
back.
Yeah.
He would
yeah.
always be in it.
Well, we should start posting our workouts again.
Yeah.
Because they've gotten.
But you don't do midnight anymore, do you?
No, not
Yeah.
anymore. Not anymore.
It's like bedtime for me is 9.
Oh, yeah. Well, you actually, I was thinking about you the other day because I was hearing about a sleep study. You sleep a lot, right?
Yeah, I'm a sleeper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
but
that
that's
like?
what was hard with me having kids is I was a 10-hour person. I would
Yeah.
hibernate.
Yeah.
Brian would always like poke me just to make sure I was alive. He's like- but I was where Nikki wasn't.
Right.
So I was a sleeper.
So interesting, right?
Yeah. And even to this day, like I can sleep. Like if you let me sleep,
You'll
but
just
my
keep
kids
sleeping.
know, like, mommy doesn't get out of bed till 7. But they'll come cuddle me and like I'll be in bed.
Oh,
And then
that's
they're the best cuddlers. And they every morning still. Like they're in. Yeah.
the
And then
best.
they'll keep looking at like my phone, like they'll pick it up and they're like, oh, it's 7. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, right? Because they know.
They know.
They know.
Like mommy needs her sleep.
That's great,
Yeah.
though.
But I go to bed early now because I need my sleep.
Right.
So I feel
Because
like I
they're going to
never
wake
get
you up
the-
at 7 no
Yeah.
matter what. Yeah.
I just feel like I never get the alone time at night.
Yeah.
So I'm like, because I just am like, put them down and then wash up. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm tired.
You're done.
I'm done.
Yeah. Your alone time is your sleep.
It is,
Yeah.
which I don't mind.
Right.
I know.
I'm
Right.
like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So I love it. Even though last night was very hard. It was so loud. And I was like, I decided to stay in the financial district because I'm like, it's, I thought no work.
Usually,
like-
yeah, right?
I didn't know there was a college down there.
Oh.
There's a college down there. And they were partying. Like,
We become
night
the
long.
people that are
All
like
night long.
yelling
I'm
out
like,
our
should you guys be
windows.
like,
We were just saying
Keep it
this.
down out there.
I was literally
Putting
I
on
was
my
about
white
to.
noise so I could
Yeah,
sleep.
I had white noise
I have
on.
a white noise app.
Oh yeah. Oh, me too. I do
Yeah.
the white noise app.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like I didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I just feel like I was kind of like, when you're like sleeping, but you feel like you
No,
never
exactly.
done.
Yeah. I
That
feel
was me.
exactly the same way. I
Yeah.
So we're all doing
totally
great.
stuff too.
I know. I was like, okay, here
Well,
we
and
go.
then I was hearing people just scream. So like just
Yeah.
I love New York.
yeah. Well, then there was the New York song somebody had on blasting. I was like, well, they're having a good time. That's
I mean,
great,
I saw a
but I'm
drug
just
deal
gonna
go
white
down.
noise
I
app
saw a
it.
lot of things last night because I came in from Albany. So I got in late and I was
Yeah.
like, actually, when my driver pulled up, I go, oh, yeah, I'm not staying here. He's like, this is the address. I go, there's no way. But it was actually very nice inside. But I
Right,
was like,
right.
when he pulled up, I'm like, this is not the area. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
It was not a good area. but-
not to be political at all, but I feel like things are reversing in New York.
Yeah, why? 'Cause I lived here in my
I do
20s.
think it comes down to policies and
Yeah.
things like that, but it's bad.
It's bad.
Yeah,
It's really it's getting worse.
It's to the point, like, I used to love coming to the city where I never wanted to leave. Now I'm
Right.
like, I can't wait to go.
Yeah,
Because it just feels like the traffic, just a lot of chaos. Like, even last
a lot
night.
of people
We
on
saw
drugs.
a lot.
Okay.
I was
Lot
going
of
to say
people on
on
I
our
saw
our
5
short drive.
people.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I was like, and my driver was actually like
'Cause it was
worried
so
for
late.
me.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
late. One guy had like his pants pretty much down.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he was
yeah.
like
We saw some
saw an ass
tweeting.
today.
tweaking.
Yep.
Yeah, tweaking. And I was
Right.
like, okay. But then I kind of like, I felt bad. Like in my head, I kind of laughed because he's like grabbed my bags and like getting me in the door. But he left his door and I was like, I can just picture one of them crazy people jumping in his car
Yeah,
and like
no
going.
kidding. Well, because if you're on drugs, you're not in your right mind,
Right.
right? Like,
But yeah, there was definitely like that. It was a spot last night where we
yeah,
were.
it's
so.
scary.
But okay, well, I hope New York gets better. We got to work on
Yeah,
that
I agree.
Because
I agree.
the city can't.
It's the best. It's
like one of my favorite.
Yeah.
And I'm here till Tuesday, and I was like, Nicole, like we gotta maybe switch hotels.
Yeah.
I'm like, because we can't like walk around. I love just
you don't
going
feel
out,
comfortable.
yeah, and grabbing a coffee and walking.
Yeah, that's New York.
That's New York, and I'm like,
Yes.
we can't do it in our area.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, so we gotta switch that up. I'm going to the World Cup finals tomorrow.
I heard.
Yeah.
Just gonna ask that.
I know,
Super
I'm
cool.
so
So
excited.
Super
cool.
cool. Who are you going for?
I'm torn.
Mm.
Like, okay, so Messi, I feel like, okay, that'd be awesome for him. Like, the guy is incredible, and does he deserve it? Yes, but it's hard not to be like, has the refs been throwing some games for him?
Right,
because
right.
he does deserve it. So then I kind of get cringed on that, and then I'm like, then I want Spain to win.
Are you a big soccer fan?
Well, because I grew up playing
Right.
soccer, but I'm not as dedicated yearly with it. Once in a
Right.
while, like I'll catch a
Right.
game because I like it. but the World Cup.
You're
is-
always
Yeah.
into the World
Yeah.
Cup. Yeah.
And I do like watching the women's
Yes.
U.S.
Yes.
team. Like I love, because I grew up, with so many, like watching Carla Overbeck, Mia Hamm, like so many of those
Yeah,
different women. So then I see them now like either commentating or coaching and all that. And I'm just
So
like,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get super into the women, but I've been really into this World Cup. I don't think I've missed a game.
What's like one of your highlights?
I mean, I think for everyone, Holland.
I was just gonna say it.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
good.
Nikki has the biggest crush on him. I actually got his jersey for her, but I think I've been blown away by him. And I'm married to a Viking, so
Right,
like just
right.
in Norway with the whole Viking. I will like show Brian all the time. I'm like, look what they're doing.
It is
Like,
cool.
isn't it? Cool?
Yeah, it is
Like
cool.
taking
Yeah,
over
I
Times
love it.
Square to
Yeah.
do the
I
row.
mean, the row's
Awesome.
been incredible. I think what I've enjoyed about the World Cup, like so many people,
Yes.
is that there's been this unity and fun we've all been having as countries.
Yes.
Like no one's against each other. We're
Yeah.
all like interacting in our own cultures. And I think it's fun to finally see people outside of our country come in and like do the cowboy hats and like
Right,
the Southern
right.
accents. I mean, I've been dying. But I was like, we need this right now.
Yeah.
So I think I've been really playing into that because
It brings joy.
It does.
Right?
So I'm excited for tomorrow. I might be cheering for Spain. Actually, you know what I want is them to end in PKs.
No, that's
'Cause
so
it's-
mean.
I know, but I'm not like it'd be fun for me to watch.
I mean, yeah.
Because I've been in that situation. And I'm like, I just know that feeling and pressure, but I was like, that'd actually be kind of cool.
I feel like as a fan watching it, PKs are,
Oh, if
Like
it's your team,
fun.
you're like, yeah.
but I feel bad for the
Oh,
the
the
goalie
guys.
or the person that misses. It's,
I know.
Yeah.
They think it's all on them.
Yeah, I know. They like lose sleep but part of the game.
Lace is out. Lace is out. They were in.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
Pet
yeah.
Detective. Totally different.
Ace Ventura.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes.
But-
Thank you.
I
Okay,
was
you want to
with
know
you.
something funny? Is we were saying after seeing Cody take that one kick, at FNF, all of us yesterday we were like laces out.
Finkel.
We were like,
Yeah,
Finkel.
Ray Finkel, right?
Ray Finkel.
Oh my God, that was
oh
so
my god,
funny.
that was like
They
a
were in.
great movie.
That was a great movie.
I actually think I need to watch that again. That and Dumb and Dumber.
Yes.
I couldn't get enough of those two.
Yes,
The best.
the best. Well, at least we think so. So
Oh,
just
gosh.
wait until you try to introduce your kids to your movies.
Oh, yeah. No.
It does not resonate.
Oh, I tried to show them Land Before Time,
Oh yeah.
and they got up and left like after
Yeah.
15 minutes. I'm
There's
like,
nothing.
I was like, what the?
Like the tech is bad, right? And like we have this forgiving eye because it's also
Yeah.
nostalgic and everything, and they're like, "This
They're, like,
is so
boring."
fake.
Yeah.
this is terrible."
And I'm like, just
and it's
wait.
not funny. And I'm like, "No, it's funny."
I will
It's
say
not
though
funny.
that Little Rascals,
Oh, was that a good one?
it does. I hadn't watched it in years.
Okay, I think
and
Buddy
my
would like
son,
that.
we watched it like a few nights in a row, and I was also belly laughing at like,
Okay.
because it's just these kids acting, and it's so
Cute.
I got a pickle.
Yeah. Who was Alfalfa was the one with the hair, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
It's like
Okay, I need to
silly.
show Buddy that. I didn't-
That one's a little less because it's not cartoon,
Right.
So it's like you could get into it for a little bit. I think.
Oh,
they
for
did.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly did.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good one. In Sandlot, I bet he'd like both
Oh,
those.
yes.
Sandlot
Yeah.
was cute too with the
Yeah.
boys.
Yep.
Even though they're a little older. But okay.
Like Bad News Bears. Does that resonate? I don't think so.
My parents used to call my team that.
Yeah,
Bad
no.
news, but
Bad News Bears resonates
Was it-
for more parents, maybe.
Was it baseball team?
were they older or
No, they were
young?
kids, but
Oh.
but the movie itself is older.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. I know, but but okay, I'll tell a story on myself. So, my kids were a little bit older. They will claim to be much younger than they were. They were older, and we love comedy and we love like spoofs, and they love watching these fail videos and all this stuff. And out comes Jackass.
Oh.
4, I think, because this last one is 5.
5,
Yeah.
yes.
So it's Jackass 4. And the opening scene is
Godzilla.
Godzilla, but ultimately it is a male genitalia reveal.
Oh.
And
My
I had
gosh.
no idea. And so, because I just remember the stunts in Jackass.
Yeah,
like,
like them
and some of it
jumping
went
off
a little
things.
far, like, in that, but I don't remember
That.
explicit.
You
So
must have done-
that's how it starts. And
God.
I'm watching the opening scene and I'm hearing their comments and I'm thinking it's gotta get better. It's gotta get better. And then all of a sudden it's the reveal and my kids are like,
Gosh.
Because you see like his full body with the painted Godzilla over
and I'm like,
him.
well,
Wait, who was it? Johnny Knoxville?
I don't even remember.
I don't know
I don't
which-
think it was
which
Johnny
guy it
Knoxville.
was.
No, I think it was one of the other guys.
Oh my God.
But they set it up like it's Godzilla
Yes.
in a like
Yes.
town or village, and then they
And-
zoom out.
So I said, well, guys, in case you ever wondered, that's what it looks like.
Oh my gosh. Nothing like Jackass to give you a little sex ed.
It was not my best moment, but yeah, they don't let me live that one down.
Oh
That's-
my gosh,
Yeah, that was
Stephanie.
pretty
Honestly,
I would die.
pretty awesome. I'm gonna not show it in my house
and I
though. The way
kept
things have been going,
thinking,
we're gonna.
you're gonna have some homemade movies.
He's like, can you play that again?
Are you ready to hold WWE history in the palm of your hand? Topps is bringing you closer to the action than ever before with WWE Topps Now, highlighting the biggest matches and milestones from WWE shows and PLEs throughout the year. Topps Now is enhancing the fan experience by connecting collectors to the superstars and spectacles that ignite their passion. Featuring stunning event-exclusive photography, each card is made for the moment. And for some lucky collectors, that moment could become the pull of a lifetime. Along with serial numbered parallels, some Topps Now releases offer a chance at rare short prints, superstar autographs, and even pieces of the mat, gear, or other items used during the featured match. So which moments will you collect? With each card only available for a limited time, you won't want to wait to begin your Topps Now journey. Be sure to subscribe to the WWE Topps Now mailing list on Topps.com and follow Topps on all social media platforms so you never miss a single moment. I will go to our storyline,
Oh yeah.
right? So you guys wanted us to bring this up, right? So when we did the segment when you slapped me,
Yeah.
do you know everybody thought I peed myself after?
No.
Yes. So apparently, this was not what they wanted me to bring
Yeah.
up, but since we're going there, I guess it was just the shadow, like the way my drink, because I would admit it if that
Yeah.
happened, but it's like I guess there was a shadow and people.
Like on your dress?
Yeah, it blew up that you made
that-
me pee myself because you hit me so hard. You did hit me hard, though.
I did.
You did.
Well, okay. Can we talk about, I don't know if you remember this. So do you remember how the script kept changing? And then literally we're in Gorilla and your dad was like, wait, I think it should be something else. And you were kind of like, what? And then you looked at Brian and I and you go, you know what? I'm just going to ask you guys questions. Just answer them. And we know, Brie, at the end, you're
I
quitting.
don't even remember that part.
And your music hit and you left. And I looked at Brian and I go, wait, so what game plan is it? And he goes, she's going to ask us and
Yeah,
just answer.
just
And I
go
was
with-
like, I was going
because
to.
we knew what we needed to end with.
Yes.
Right.
And you were
So-
always great about that. Like,
Well,
and I think
because
that's
you
what
didn't have a choice. Because that was not unusual for
Right.
promos to change last minute like
Yeah.
that. And you just have to be able to go with it.
I know. And you and Brian just did it so beautiful. I feel
Well,
like
we had
I
such a story for so long, too.
You guys did.
Yeah, the
And you guys
authority.
had great chemistry.
It was so fun.
Yeah. He
So
loved working
fun.
with you. I mean, with the whole authority and
It was
all
the
of
best.
It
And he was like the man of the people.
right.
Yeah.
Like the people were behind him. and we were the evil
Exactly.
authority.
And it couldn't have just been more perfect. And I even felt like the way I came into it, it was all organic. And
Yeah.
It felt great. But I do remember my one spot was I quit, slap. And I just think I concentrated too hard on it. Because I remember when I slapped, I was like, oh shit.
It
In
was
my
good.
head. Yeah.
But my teeth were locked.
Shit.
So it was
Yeah,
good.
it was
Yes, no,
good.
it was good. Because I was prepared for
yeah.
that one.
And
yeah.
your facials, I mean, they've always been like,
But hey, I
best,
don't
but
think
that-
that was acting.
yeah.
But how evil is my character? Because for like 8 months, the story was preventing Brian from getting the title.
Right.
Right. And then ultimately, he overcomes so much. And then at WrestleMania,
Yeah.
he has to win 2 different matches to ultimately, even have the opportunity,
Yeah.
however it was laid out. And then now he's champ. And now how are we going to fuck with him, right?
Right.
Well, the best way to do that mess with his wife.
Exactly.
Right?
I mean, and it was so good. And you know what I loved about the SummerSlam match is no one was expecting Nikki to turn on me.
No. It was
And,
out of the
like,
blue.
It was out of the blue.
Yeah.
And I felt like we couldn't have done that more perfect.
I agree.
You know?
I agree. And I remember that segment because I told him that he had to either relinquish the title or I was going to fire you.
Yeah.
I said, so evil.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just mean.
Yeah.
Nasty.
And wasn't he wearing a neck brace? Was
At
he?
some point, I was.
Oh, yeah.
Me
No,
or him?
he was.
Oh, he was in a neck
Yeah.
brace, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've worn various neck braces.
Yeah. So it was like he was really
Yeah, he
mean.
was really, yeah. And
Or
that's
you
what
were
I was
really
saying.
mean,
Like,
yeah.
look, yep, lightning struck, you
Yeah.
know, like you were able to win, even though you shouldn't have. But,
Yeah.
but you made it happen. Congratulations. But you couldn't maintain it. Look,
Yeah.
you're hurt. That's what I was telling you all along. I remember this because
Oh,
it
yeah.
was so much fun. And then you were like, yeah, well, you can't fire me because I quit.
Yes.
Whack, wallop. Oh my God.
But this is the thing, like people thinking you peed yourself, like it would go down your leg,
Yeah,
not go on your
I know,
dress.
But there was some weird shadow thing.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
always feel like you'd
Yeah.
embrace it if it happened.
Oh,
No,
You'd
if
talk
it
about
happened,
it.
I would own it. Yeah.
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 That is so funny. But I will say, Steph, working with you, one, I learned so much, but I was so nervous going into storyline with you because you're so incredible. Like and even at that time, I was like, you guys had so much going on. I was like, I can't be the one to mess this up. And but I was like, I learned so much by just watching you and like being around and hearing your advice and like seeing the way like you and Paul and Brian, like you guys would talk about things. I was like, oh shit, this is like top level stuff. Like I was learning so much by just being present around
I'm
it.
flattered to even be included
But
in
it's
that.
true. Like, but even like no one ever told me like just really know the story and your character. So
Yeah,
like
so you
when
can play.
you can just play
Yeah.
off that and
And you can improv and you can,
Right.
you know, work off the crowd because the crowd's gonna, you know, they're gonna feed you things that you don't
Right.
expect, you know?
for sure.
But that was always the improv of it all is the most fun to me because
Yeah.
that's like the feel.
I agree.
You know? And
so
we
agree.
had so much fun.
I mean, we really did.
I mean, because it should
I
be
loved it.
fun.
It should
you
be
know?
fun.
When it works, when it hits,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah, like the other night on the live event, Paige and I did a promo with Dominic, having just fun, and we just improv'd.
Right.
And it was so great, and the crowd was so into it. And then Oba comes out,
Right?
and then which was so incredible. And then we got to they're like, okay, and then meet Oba and do his walk with him, and to the ring. But it was something that you would never see on TV,
Right?
But like it felt so fun and special, and the crowd was so into it. But Paige and I got to back, and we're like, whoa, we haven't had that much fun in a long
Yeah.
time.
It was just fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how it was with you. Always. I mean, nerve wracking, but it was always fun.
Well, there were some good barbs traded.
Yeah.
Yeah, some good shots. Because then you come in and you manipulated me
Yeah.
because you then are like just a fan in the crowd and
Yep.
you antagonize me and I forget we were in Brooklyn and I forget what else happened in that show, but I got you back, right? So I
Right.
slap you. And then later in the show, I'm out ringside for some reason and I get arrested.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because a fan in the audience.
You hit a fan.
Because she
I
hit
did.
a fan, a
I
person who
did.
bought a ticket
That's right. That's right.
because I
Yeah.
had my ticket.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the only way for me to get the charges dropped was if I agreed to have a match with you.
Yes.
That's
So
right.
I won.
See?
Even though I didn't really
See?
win in the end.
Yeah, that's how
I mean,
it
and
really
just
went.
think how crazy, like, I think of Chelsea Green,
Right?
like how we used her as a physical therapist
I
and like
know.
seeing where she is now.
I know.
And I would slap the shit out of her too. I know. Everyone's always like, Steph has a hard slap. I'm like, ooh.
Oh yeah, Bree's
No one's
got
had
a
mine.
pretty stiff slap, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I was like, shit, I have to make that look good too. But I guess maybe I'm just a hard slapper too.
But that's good.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I was
Exactly.
always taught to lay it in.
yeah.
It was actually Mick Foley taught me that a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. So how long will it have been since our match at SummerSlam coming up?
2014.
12
was it?
years?
Or was it 20?
Yeah, 2014, I think.
Oh my
14.
gosh.
Right?
2014.
That's so crazy.
And it had been 11 years prior to that since I had been in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, everyone was so excited to see you in the ring.
But
was
and
like-
that you gave me that.
Yeah.
So thank you
Oh
because
my gosh.
it was so
course.
cool. There was a chant in the crowd that started that said, "You still got it."
Yeah.
And you know, I tried not to react to that one because you know
Yeah.
you can't. But then I went, I was backstage, and all of a sudden I hear these little voices. You still got it. It was my kids. Like they felt that and heard that, and
Yeah.
I got to have that moment with them because of you.
Oh,
You know.
I'm happy I was able to give that to you.
Yeah, thank you, Bree.
Yeah.
I will forever be grateful.
And
for
I
that.
I remember in the front row, and I was.
They were
just-
so little.
They were so little.
Yeah.
Like I can't even believe it. Like, I mean, I felt like even around that time, who was really into Frozen?
They all were.
Or were they?
Yeah, Frozen was the movie.
Which one would have sang it all the time?
Well, the little one is the singer.
Okay.
Yeah, she's.
I remember
she's the
that at
singer.
makeup. Like I remember Jackie doing our makeups, and she'd be there in her Frozen dress singing.
Oh yeah,
the Let It Go. And I'm like, and now
She's
they're like
so stinking cute.
high school and college. I'm like, no, like
Yeah.
time can't be going this fast.
My youngest is going to be a junior in high school. My youngest.
I don't get that.
It's too fast. I mean, they say the days are long and the years are fast, but it's so true. And here's another sad statistic, not
no.
to make you.
Damn.
But no, it's okay because you're not there right now.
Yeah.
But they say that 80% of the time that you spend with your kids, you spend by the time they're 18.
See that would crush me.
It's crushing.
Yeah.
And you realize the truth of it when you really think about it when your kids are older.
Yeah.
Because even from the second that they can drive, now a lot of kids nowadays aren't driving, they're Ubering or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's like they're gone.
Their
They
friends
want to
are more
live their
important a
life.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be hard.
They don't
on
want to
me.
be home with mama, you know? Like they
Yeah.
do, but they don't.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was never around. I remember
Yeah.
the minute I could drive and be with my friends, that was it.
Same with me.
I know, same.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, Mom.
And I will expect
Freedom.
that from them, but that's gonna crush me.
Yes, I know. And you think it's going to be different, or you hope
Yeah.
it's going to
I'm
be
like, no,
different.
they'll like me.
Yeah, but I'm different than I grew up different. They're going to
Yeah.
be different. Yeah, no.
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 Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
the best though.
I know. We're all blessed.
We are blessed.
Right.
That's right.
That's one thing I have to say. Like being a mom, it's the greatest gig, whatever you want to call it, that I could ever have chosen in
Yeah.
this life. Like you can take everything from me, and as long as I have my kids,
That's
and my
right.
husband, that's it. That's
What,
all
that's
I
what
need.
matters most.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I love it.
I do too.
Yeah, the way they just hug me, or like even when I hear them say "mom" or they still call me "mama."
Yeah, mine could still call me mama.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope they
Yeah.
always do because I love
Yeah,
it.
me
But
too.
"Mama," and I just like it just
Yeah.
always makes me happy.
It's the best.
It is.
Or when you come home.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
You haven't
I mean,
seen
when
him.
they're little and you haven't seen them and they run up to
scream.
you, they scream. They don't do that anymore.
Like when I pick up Buddy from school still, he goes, "Mama!" Like every time gets so excited.
Oh.
It's gonna kill me the minute he stops. I'm gonna be like, no. I love it. Like it's my favorite thing. And he's going into first grade, so I feel like I know. I feel like that day's could be coming.
I mean,
Because first grade is where you don't sign them in anymore. They just kind of walk to class.
this was the last year my son was in first grade, and I feel like I saw him
Change.
grow up.
Because it's like now they're elementary.
Yep. And like
they're more
dropping him off at
independent.
camp in the morning, and I'm like, "Bye, I love you." Like, and I pull him back over, and he's like,
He's like, yeah.
like everybody's down there, and he wants to get, and I'm like, "No,
Oh my gosh.
it's heartbreaking." And like, I'm so happy that he's somewhere he's comfortable enough to like run off to. But I'm like,
Yeah.
please, just one more hug.
Yeah. I know.
He's such a snuggle muffin, though.
Yes.
I hope he's always that way with you. And you guys have boys, like moms and sons, right? There's something a little different.
There is.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
Like Birdie's like my bestie, and Buddy, I can tell I'm his first love.
Yeah.
Like it's cute. Like, but Birdie, I can sit and talk to for hours.
Sure.
And like I just
Yeah.
love like we get our nails done. Like it's just she's my buddy. But it's like cute how he looks at me and he holds on to me, and it's always Mom has to do everything. And I just can see it in his eyes. I'm like, I'm his first love, like his girlfriend. Like he'll even go to me like, "Mommy, can I marry you when I'm older?"
Oh, it's so cute.
I know. And I'm like, well, no, be arrested. But it's like the sweetest thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, there's definitely differences, but I appreciate both,
Yeah.
and like how my relationship is with both of them.
We do this thing called Sisters Day, and we did it from when they were younger, way before it was a trend,
Yeah.
a hashtag, whatever. And it was, all about them doing something for each other.
Oh.
But in the beginning, we took them to a dress shop. And it was like, Let's Dress Up was the name of it. And they had all different costume dresses and makeup and get your nails done and all different kinds of stuff. It was the cutest little place. And one of them dressed up as a bride and wanted Paul to dance with them.
Oh my gosh.
And I took a video
I was gonna
and
say.
I had this crazy moment. She was so little, and I thought, oh my God, one day. And I whispered it to him. I'm
Yeah.
like, one day this is gonna be you. And we both just
I bet
started
you
crying.
sang.
We were like, oh my God, let's not do this to
Yeah.
each other, But
How
it's
special.
true. Yeah, so special, so special.
Yeah.
See-
Well, I will say girls own their daddies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's true.
I mean,
Oh my
Birdie
goodness.
owns Brian. It's so sweet. I love seeing that.
Yeah.
Well, and my son can do one thing, and she could do the same exact thing, and Daddy's reaction to the two is very different.
Oh, big time.
because that's his little girl. I'm
yeah.
like, what about him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Brian speaks in a baby voice pretty much to Birdie and then speaks like a man to Betty. Yeah. And I'm like, but I'm like,
But you
it
find you
works.
do the same thing, right?
For sure.
And the
I
opposite.
definitely-
I definitely
Yeah.
see I can be harder on Birdie because I
Right.
want, I look and I want her to be
Strong.
strong independent
Yeah.
woman. So, but yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh, that's so funny how that is. It's like,
Yeah. Well, and my mom used to say to me, she'd say, it's my job, because I bring it up.
Right.
Like, why don't you, you always choose Shane's side
Yeah.
over my side. And you always believe Shane and not me. And
Yeah.
she said, sweetheart, she said, it is my job to raise you to be a lady. And it is your father's job to raise Shane to be a man.
oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's really
See,
good.
that's what it is.
yeah.
That really is. Oh, that's
Lady.
sweet.
Ladylike. Is that
Ladylike.
ever an expression?
So ladylike.
Yeah. Actually, I always tell Birdie, I'm like, eat like a lady. She's like, what does that even mean? I'm like, well, because she'll take some big bites. And
Right,
I'm like,
right.
"You choke. I'm like doing the Heimlich here. I'm like, eat little bites, but I always say, eat like a lady. Because my
Right?
grandmother would say that.
That's the thing. Yeah. I
Yeah.
always heard ladylike. Eat
Lady,
like a
yeah.
lady. All kind of
all
the
the
same.
things. Oh yeah, I could tell her to keep her elbows off the table because my grandmother would
Yep,
say it
me
all
too. Yeah.
the time.
Oh, table manners
Yeah.
are a big
Oh,
deal.
huge. I told
Yeah.
Birdie, I'm like, etiquette, back in the day, my grandmother, you couldn't get away with bad etiquette.
Yo, no.
That was first thing. And now I look at people, I don't judge, but I'll be at some dinner place. I'm like, oh yeah, they weren't taught etiquette.
No, that's.
Some people don't even put
Yeah.
napkins in their laps.
No.
I'll see it sit there forever. And I'm
Yep.
like,
I constantly am doing that around my
Oh, yeah.
table. Yeah.
me too. I am true.
It's not
And
very ladylike.
let me just tell you, it has not resonated.
Oh gosh. I
I try very
Yeah.
hard, but
oh
no.
my gosh.
Yeah, we're working on it still. So, what are you most looking forward to as you enter this next chapter, of your life? Here you are, a tag team champion, right?
Right.
Unexpectedly, right? Because
Right.
that's how things happen.
Yeah.
And, and with Paige
Right.
of all things, right?
Yeah.
How do you see your career, your life, as you're continuing to move forward? What are
Yeah.
some of your goals other than the Red Fox?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I really wanted to come back to wrestle. I think, I really wanted to challenge myself. And I really felt, especially for Buddy, he never knew that side of me
Right.
and saw me wrestle. So I really wanted to do it for him. I knew it was going to be a lot harder because where the women are at right now.
It's
and
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And so I knew my training everything had to change. I mean, I started boxing. I train with Brian all the time, every day, if not every other day, if I'm busy. But, personal trainer, I was never into lifting or any of
Right.
that stuff. I was more a yogi, Pilates style
Right.
person. So I got into weightlifting. I started to just do all these different things because I'm
Right?
like, if I
Be stronger.
yeah, if I want to compete, I need to compete in the way they're all doing it. And that kind of challenge at my age was really fun. And, like I was saying earlier, I dealt with some health issues. And then when I was getting tested, there was some pre-menopause stuff that came up, which I was like, no way we're here. And they're like, we're seeing it earlier in women.
Yeah.
So then adding those vitamins and dealing with those different hormones coming back.
Right.
It's definitely been different for me and my
Right.
body. And, even, you know, I was never really big on after the match part, like the stretching and then having to go to my Rolfing guy and chiropractor, but I'm doing it all.
That's good.
And it feels so good.
Good.
And I think for me, you know, I'm lucky I have my wine brand. We have our podcast, like Nikki and I, you know, we have our things going, but I feel like everyone, like you never really leave wrestling. How much?
Right.
It's just, we're such a family. So it's like you can be away from the family for a long time,
Sure.
but then you miss it. And coming back, it's just giving me this kind of fire. Like age doesn't matter. Like if you really put your mind to something, you're capable.
Right.
And it's what this run has taught me. And, you know, being a tag champ with Paige, I'll admit when Nikki broke her ankle 2 weeks before WrestleMania, I was like, oh my gosh. And I definitely was at the point like, hey, because Nikki can't compete, I don't need to compete either. Like,
Right.
But when they had the idea with Paige coming, I'm like, oh, well, that's
That'll
like
be
another
fun.
sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was excited and I was interested because I told Paige, I'm like, tag teaming is way different
Right.
than being a singles. It's like, it feels like a lot of moving parts. But we've had a blast. We've
So
had,
great.
Yeah, where I feel like it
Well,
almost
and you're
was
kind
meant
of
to
your
be.
two veterans.
Yes.
You know?
And we're kind of the same vibe in a way. Like she's gothic, but like we have always kind of been similar. And we always felt that with like our Total Diva days, like how
Right,
we were.
right.
And so it's kind of just felt like it's all been meant to be. And obviously I'm excited the day Nikki can come back and be back in the ring with her because
Right.
we only got such a little taste of it. So I feel like the Bella twins still have something to prove. But I've been really proud of myself that I haven't given up
Yeah.
because I will admit, like even after the live event, driving and going to bed at 2 a.m.
Right.
to get ready for TV the next day, I'm like, you know, beauty sleep's a real thing, you know?
And you're a sleeper, as we've
Yes.
discussed. Yes.
So I was like, you guys. And, you know, it's hard not to like look at myself at times and be like, gosh, I look so much older than some of them or this, you know. But I feel like it's definitely given me a different type of confidence that I needed in my 40s.
Yeah.
And I do feel like I'm living one of my best eras. And you know, I've been so blessed that Brian's been so supportive.
Yeah.
Like he is like literally the Pinterest dad right now. Like he's crushing it with homemade meals,
That's
these fun little
great.
snacks, arts and crafts. Yeah. He's like,
Wow.
I couldn't be more grateful that he has allowed me to like do this. Cause my kids always come first. And
Yeah.
if the schedule didn't make sense for them, then I just couldn't do it.
Right.
And I'm so lucky I've been. So I'm hoping that this run, like, you know, as a tag champion or whatever it is I am, I just hope it brings me more light and faith of the things I'm capable of doing even now. And I think it's fun at any age to open up a new chapter and kind of have it go in your book. It's like, it's just another chapter in your book that you get to do. And it'll be interesting to see when this one's completed, what I move on to the next. Cause I feel like, I don't know, it's definitely opened up something in me.
So Nikki always wore the fearless.
Yeah.
Like it seems like you don't have much fear. Is that true?
Oh yeah, it's crazy because she's always has been fearless, and more of like I would say, an athletic way,
Right.
A strength. But I've always just been, I think, fearless with life. Like I feel like I'm such a wanderlust. I always have been.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah, and I've always been someone who's never been afraid to fail. I'm kind of like whatever. I like to take chances. Growing
Right?
up, my
Because
mom.
what's the worst that can happen?
Honestly.
Yeah.
And my mom was always really big on like no regrets. She's like,
Yeah.
you don't want to live your life with regrets. Like, so that was always kind of embedded in my head. And I'm definitely like someone who, like, the answer is always no unless you ask. So I'll
Right.
bug and ask and tell me no. And then I'm like, all right, go to the next.
I like that. The answer is always no unless you ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell people that. I'm like, and the worst thing they're going to say is no, which is already kind of the
Which
answer
already
you
gave
gave
the
yourself.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
That's great.
you know?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
And I feel like I always told myself, like, no one's ever gotten in trouble for asking. Like, you might get made fun of or like
Right.
say something, but it's not like, so I'm like, I go for it.
yeah.
But yeah, so I think I'm very fearless when it comes to life and living life.
And then the last question, because you mentioned the word challenge.
Yeah.
How important is it to challenge yourself?
I mean,
With fear or not? I mean,
Right.
conquering your fear or not having fear.
I feel like you really find out who you are when you challenge yourself.
Mm.
I feel like a lot of times people want to live life with not ruffling feathers or, you know, making sure everything's perfect and aligned and not causing chaos. But sometimes you need to cause a little chaos. You need to put yourself in hard situations, push yourself in ways you never thought you could, just to know who you are.
Right.
Like I remember doing boxing and I was like little grumpy when, I had to go to the first couple things, but then I was like, whoa, it like gave me this like
Fire.
feeling.
Yeah.
Started to feel good. But then it was hard to mix it in with wrestling. I really had to start okay, like coming up with my days, like I still got to do school pickup and drop off,
Right. Yeah.
But I honestly, never thought in my 40s I would go back to wrestling. I just, like when you look at my life, I was living kind of my soft era. I was with my chickens. I'm a gardener. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then here I am out of the gardens, back
Back in
wrestling.
the ring.
And
Straight
I
out of
never
the garden.
thought. But pushing myself, it really made me realize like I was capable. And I think that's important. I think everyone needs to challenge themselves. I don't care if you're 10, 20, 50, 80.
I think
you got it.
especially as you're 50,
I do too,
60, 70, 80, like it's even that much more important,
for sure.
because life is short.
Yes.
And you want to live as much life as you possibly can.
Right. Yeah.
And don't let fear get in the way. Don't let judgment get in the way.
Right.
Believe in yourself and your ability and don't be afraid to fail or embrace the opportunity to fail, however you want to look at it.
Yep. And I've never been the woman who's like followed the rules in a way of like, okay, now you're in your 40s, so this is like how you're
This
going
is
to
what
be
you do
and
now.
how you
Yeah.
dress and what. Yeah, that's not me. I'm like, no. And in my 50s, I might do something even crazier. Who knows?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm willing to go. So I just feel like I hope everyone kind of gives themselves that.
That
Like, just
chance.
and honestly, like any challenge, it doesn't have to be like go get in the ring and wrestle. Do a drop
That might
kick
be
off
one,
the top
one
rope.
extreme. Yes. I
Which
remember
my
taking
shoulders
that
have
drop
been
kick. I
like-
was so afraid to take that drop kick.
I know. A
I
lot of
was
people.
because I just thought it wasn't going to look good, like because of me. You
No,
know?
yeah, because you don't know. Not because of you. But it's funny how my body feels now doing it compared to what it used to.
Sure. Yeah. Recovery is
Yeah.
where it's at.
My
Yeah.
shoulders, I'm like,
Damn.
never felt nothing in my shoulders. And now I feel
Right?
everything in my shoulders.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Like even last night when we did something and I came back and like I totally got a kink in my back. And everyone's like, awesome. I'm like, yeah.
You're
okay,
like,
okay.
yeah, it's good, huh?
And then I'm like, and Nicole, thank goodness, had a heating pad. So last
Right.
night, I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, it's so funny.
I'm like, oh my gosh, here we are.
Yep. When I
know?
was training for Rhonda, I would be in ice packs.
Oh, I bet.
Just like ridiculous. Elise would always
I didn't
laugh
even
at
know they
me.
made elbow ice packs.
I mean, I was just covered. I just
Yeah.
would like sit there packed in ice to have my work day.
Yeah.
After training, it was just.
Isn't it wild?
So funny though. Yeah.
It is, but it feels good.
Paul called me DDP.
That's actually
It was pretty funny. I was like, and I'd just be packed
that's
in
like
ice.
perfect.
Thank you.
That's actually amazing. But yeah, so it'll be next to see what my next challenge is, but I'm really enjoying this one.
Awesome.
Yeah, and this era of women has been so fun. Like they're amazing.
Aren't
And
they incredible?
They really are.
They really
yeah.
are.
I mean, some of them I'm like, yeah, I can't. Don't ask. Don't do that move on me. But
yeah.
But it's been fun to just like even learn from them.
Yeah.
And because I come in such an old school
Right,
mentality, and then they'll come in
They've
with
been
this.
trained differently.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean,
And they are athletes from all different
yeah.
sports.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
So, and I'll feel it, but I
amazing.
love it.
Yeah.
And they actually are always blown away how tough I am. And I'm like, well, hell yeah.
Well,
I'm like, let
yeah.
me tell you about those desert parties.
I
was running
I'm
around
like, do you
with the
even
keg.
know?
My flip
With a
flops.
keg on my back.
I mean, I'm like, girl can handle it. Trust me. So,
Well, this has been awesome, Bree.
Yeah, thank you
so
guys.
much. I know you're busy tonight.
oh yeah, I got that big title match.
That's
so
right.
I'm
That's
excited.
right. And I look forward to after hours with the 4
We're
of us.
doing it.
Yeah,
I'm
no, we are.
holding
I mean, I'm in.
you two accountable.
You heard it here first.
Yes, we're doing it.
I mean, no one will get to watch it, but
Oh, yes, they will. Actually, I saw WWE's doing like new subscribes for things.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
will be our one.
The WWE Club
The cl-
WWE.
So the
yeah.
club will be after hours with us.
Oh, there we go. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
You know.
That's a
Wow.
great idea.
Honestly,
Okay.
we got
We're
it.
in.
Yep. Well, thank you guys. It's been
Yes.
amazing.
Thank you.
thank you.
And thank all of you.